good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to X Planet Live. My name is Lionel Miranda, and you are watching AoS Wednesdays. And on AoS Wednesday, what do we have before you? Well, we got the classic battle between life and death. That's right, we got Soulblight Gravelords versus Sylvaneth. This should be a really interesting fight. I've been super enjoying playing, watching Sylvaneth games. The improvement they got to their forest have had just an absolute metric ton of weight to the army. Full on, I think Sylvaneth are 100% completely and absolutely competitive. And Soulblight Gravelord has just been trucking along, so they certainly don't suck as well. All right, so this should be a really good fight. Two very pretty armies, both of them all painted. Before we dive at the table, though, let us peruse some lists. Look at that. If you haven't seen the Goonhammer app, I highly recommend it. I love using it, and we use it for our streams, so there you go. Let's go view the list. All right, right now we got Sylvaneth, the Lords of the Clan, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 2,000 points on the nose. Achievement unlocked. My man, Kyle, knows how to build a list. There's a Lady of Vines leading the General's Regiment. She is a War Master, so she has to be the General at 280 points with 6 Kurnoth Hunters with Great Bows because priority targets. Even though the priority targets got a bit of a nerf, and by a bit, I mean quite a fair amount of nerf, it is still super useful to include it in your General's Regiment, which, you know what that basically means is that the nerf was right. Like, it was the perfect amount of nerfing. It didn't make it useless, and you still want to use it, so there you go. In Regiment number 2, we have a Warsong Revenant with 5 times Tree Revenants, and that's basically by 5 times, it's 1 unit of 5. And these guys are used to complete objectives, screen, teleport around the table all by themselves. Then we got a Spirit of Durthu. And that Spirit, holy cow, hits like an absolute Mack Trut with 5 flat damage or 6 flat damage, something crazy like that. It has a unit of 10 Dryads, and boy, are Dryads way better in auras of 12 inches. Now, I might be wrong. I have to read their actual war scroll to see whether it says you have to be within 3 inches or whether it says you could just be within the aura of woods. But I believe it's in the aura of the woods, and they would get a -1 to hit, -1 to wound. These guys are absolutely phenomenal screens. Probably the best of the game at 110 points, to be completely honest. Then you got Belthanos, first Thorn of Kurnoth. This guy just basically gives board-wide, up to 3 units anyway, board-wide running charge. Doesn't matter where they are on the board, he just picks them, and now they have running charge. And then he has 2 units of Dryads, again, to jam, screen, complete objectives, and what have you. Awakened Wildwood to go along with it because they start off with the up to 1, 2, or 3 trees, and depending on how many trees that Wildwood is, gauges how big the aura is. I believe for every tree it adds 4 inches. So 1 tree is 4 inches, 2 trees is 8, and then so on and so forth. Taking the Lore of Deepwood, and then Morbid Conjuration because he wants more control. Then we go over to Soulblight Gravelords, weighing in at 1970. Not 2,000 points on the nose. Mark, what are you doing? Build better. Soulblight Gravelords in Death March, 3 drops. Lore of the Undeath because he has no choice. And Manifestation Lore, Aether Wrought Machineries. What I love about the adjustments to Morbid Conjuration, in this example, obviously the other player is using it, but what I've seen is a lot of people pivot away because the increased costs or casting target numbers. It actually made it not the automatic choice. I know I've been pivoting more to Primal personally myself for the armies I play. But I don't know. What do you guys think? We'll get to the General's Regiment, affectionately known as the First Regiment. He has Manfred von Karstein, the tricky little mofo that he is the Generalissimo, and he has 2 units of reinforced Grave Guard. Again, these units hit like hammers, and they'll be creeping up from the ground to behead all before them. And then we go to Regiment Number 1, affectionately known as Regiment Number 2. We have a Necromancer leading 3 units of Direwolves. And then we go into Regiment Number 2, affectionately known as Regiment Number 3, a Mortis Engine, and a unit of Fellbats to jam for objectives and such. All right. I've been talking for quite a while. Let's get back to the table. Maybe. Oh, the guys are still deploying, so no rolls have been had. So I didn't talk too much. Let's get to the table.
Can't benefit from much else, so yeah. Cool. That's going to be them. Okay. Wholly within 12. Nice. Those 3 at least. So Durthu, wholly on this.
The dirty 2, and then Dryads. Actually, Wholly within 9.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Boom. That is another drop. The last drop here.
So I ignore cover. Twin left, so I get to reroll my move. Because of attachment rolls, I strike 5 blows to strike 6.
They're allowed to run in charge, right?
They're allowed to run, shoot, and charge.
Oh, Direwolves, how I love you.
I know, right? It's just so annoying and so good.
But if I roll a 6, it's no save.
Now, as it just so happens, both players play Soulblight Gravelords, so they're both very familiar with their with the armies, and in fact familiar with themselves because they're best buddies. And why are they commenting on Direwolves? Because they are just so freaking good. These guys move fast. They have a huge amount of wounds per unit. There's 2 wound models, so 20 wounds. Death have a inbuilt 6-up ward save. So occasionally they'll be able to just deflect a blow. They can recur because why wouldn't they? Because you're on death. There's grave markers scattered across the table where they can get extra buffs and what have you. He's basically set up to make sure that the Sylvaneth player can't just teleport across the field, make a charge, and hit something he doesn't want to be hit. You'll notice that the forests, a lot of things are buried in it. And forests are just absolutely phenomenal castles in and of themselves. When you see them on a table, burying units in a forest is just tactically super useful. Why? Forests are obscuring. What the heck does that mean? It blocks line of sight for the sake of shooting. Now, when I say block line of sight, what I mean is anything in the forest can't be targeted by shooting. It doesn't mean they can't be targeted by anything. Like, for instance, spells can still target because they are not a shooting attack. But they cannot be targeted by shooting. And considering how lethal some of the shots are currently right now in AoS 4, that in and of itself, very, very useful. Second big thing that forests do, while being wholly, and I mean the whole unit, every model in the unit, wholly within that forest template, if someone attacks you, they're at -1 to hit. That is actually a very, very big deal. So you can use these forests as staging points on the battlefield. In Feral Foray, good segue, which is what they're playing today, there are actually 4 forests on the actual battlefield, which is just, really, really good for some of the other players that are not, I guess, Sylvaneth. So what's Feral Foray? Well, Feral Foray is a 6 objective mission, which you see in front of you. The territories are split right down the middle, and what I mean by the middle is, how do I describe this? An upper half and a lower half. How's that? That's the middle, right? An upper half and a lower half. So both guys have to deploy 9 inches away from enemy territory. And the twist. I'll hammer this through. At the start of the battle round, each player can raid one objective they control in enemy territory. An objective that has been raided cannot be contested or controlled this battle round. The underdog can raid an objective in enemy territory that they contest but do not control. All right, these guys have got to be real approaching pretty quick on decisions. So there is no roll to see who goes first in AoS, folks. So if you're coming from the 40k land, the guy who finishes deploying first gets the choice, and that in and of itself is a tactical decision that's decided usually in when you build. So let's get back to the table.
So I'd need 12. Because it's over 22 inches. 22 inches is there. Thank you, thank you. To there, and then 10 inch won't do it. So 11 inches will, because it's got to get within 6. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. Hold on, I'll make 22. That's 22.
All right, Soulblight is very obviously been given the first turn, or taken the first turn. Sorry, pardon me, because he actually outdropped the Sylvaneth player, and he is going for a battle tactic called take the flanks. Just getting all they need to do is poke one single model within 6 inches of the edge of the board. Should be a dead easy thing. He's got bats on the other side, so take the flanks will be executed quite easily. Scoring it, and he's just basically trying to jam and get ahead in scoring and positioning, and trying to gobble up some of the territory between him and his opponent, I would assume. We'll see.
And I've now made this one as well.
Cool. And that was just from Bufflanders. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we measured. Am I within a range of anything?
You're outside 30
outside of 30
everyone.
of everything. Cool. Lash of the Sire. I could pop off right now. Worth it with Manfred. So 18 would hit there, and 24, I could hit that. If I move D6 up, really only gets me an extra inch, so 25 inches would get me. Nope, not within the space. Okay. That's fine. I don't need it. So I just want to try and cast that spell. I'm going to try and cast Soulwind from Manfred. So I'm not going to use Slash of the Star yet. Just casting Soulwind with Manfred. Yep. Getting an 8. Goes off. Yep. So it's D3 mortal wounds to just your Dryads. Okay. For 3.
6 up ward from the Warsong Revenant. All 3 die.
She's at 1, pops up to 2. Second cast is just going to be Cogs from Manfred as well. Cogs don't go off on a 5?
I'd be surprised.
I would be too. I think it's a 6.
Did they change from... It's 6 on here.
Okay, so it's 6. They don't think they changed it. So no Cogs. Second cast from the Necromancer. Necromancer's going to try and cast 4 swords. Getting an 8.
I can't stop you.
Cool.
Okay, I'm going to mute this. I'm just popular for some reason.
So that means, so you hit on 2s. If you roll a 6, you don't have to roll a 4.
Cool. 12. Second cast from the Mortis engine. Next cast from the Mortis engine, going to be for Pendulum. On a 6. Is that going on a 6? Just a 6.
It's a 6.
All right, goes off. So I cost with the Necro for 3, and then this would be 4.
1 damage each. And then I have a 5 up there. Triple sixes? No.
Cool. I'm going to lash to the sire the Graveguard, not the ones that are in front, but the ones on the side. 1, 2 up. Yep. 4d6 for 5 inches.
Is it the Mortis engine that has the...
No,
Oh, it's him?
he's within 3.
Cool.
Remember, you can't shoot through the forest.
Yep. I'm just wondering whether or not it's worth summoning a tree into this middle part before you start plugging it up with
Graveguard?
with everything.
Yeah.
Like it could give you a leapfrog,
Yeah.
but
So it's
having a massive tree there is also pretty nifty.
Cool. And that, I believe, is it for my hero face.
Okay.
Anything for you?
Yeah. So my Warsong Revenant is going to cast
Spend a CP.
Gravetide.
Cool.
So
See
she
ya.
has +2 to cast, +1 from Spellsinger, +1 from Place of Power.
Cool.
But so it's just normal +1. So I just need 7s. Cool. I was debating on summoning a tree, but no, I think I'm going to summon a tree. I think that's smarter.
Okay. Summon that tree.
Okay. Quick clarification. Boop. Can I even fit this here? Yes, I can. But I have to do it like that. Thank you.
You're good.
1 inch here.
And that's you.
Yeah. Okay, so I could do a tree there, and then you move 4, and then you can charge. So
Looking at
it'd be a 4-inch charge. And you have a lot of attacks, so that probably would happen. You know what? We're going to do it. Let's see what happens. I'm curious. Okay, so casting the tree. That's a +1. That's a 5. I need
-1.
Yeah. So I needed a 6. So that's going to fail.
Yeah. Okay. And on into me. Onto movement.
Alrighty then. So you might be wondering where the Place of Power came from. And this map doesn't really have one. I shouldn't say that. Sorry, pardon me. It does have 2 on the map, and they're located in the corners. Why did the Warsong Revenant get a bonus, a Place of Power, when she's not anywhere near it? That was because of Belthanos. Belthanos has this ability on any turn to turn a piece of terrain into a Place of Power. Why? You know, running charge across the table, pick 3 units anywhere on the table wasn't enough. That's why. So he needed to do more. So that's what he could do. So why could do it? Because it says so on his scroll. That's the reason why.
Inches. So 10 inches total.
So fast, so smooth.
So fast and so smooth. Still sitting in the forest, just right on the edge.
Yep. We get the idea, yeah.
All right, again, Mark is taking advantage of those forests to basically act as bunkers for his valuable units. Now, those wolves, I freaking love wolves. They move so fast. They're going to start mucking up those open areas. Now, why is that important? Is literally because what Kyle just said moments ago. He'll have a hard time placing. Sorry, Sylvaneth have the ability, guys, to grow more trees, to spread across the board. And each one of the trees that they put on the board is, in essence, a power point on the board that they can leverage. That tree spits out an aura. They could get ward saves. They could get negatives to hit. They could get negatives to wound. The trees are almost everything for the army. But they have conditions, and the conditions are they cannot be placed within 3 inches of any enemy. It's not a massive condition. It's way more flexible now than it used to be. But that enemy now can really push and make those spots where he can drop those trees nowhere near as convenient. And that's what the wolves potentially can do. And that is a very, very big deal. I'm assuming those wolves are going to start moving pretty aggressively, and then he's going to use his grave guard to threaten a crackback, basically. So we'll see how he positions.
Priority target with them?
Yeah.
Cool. You know the change to that, right?
Yep, 12 inches.
12 inches. Must be in the heroes. Must be the unit and that hero.
Yep. Honor guard or the general.
Okay. Let's just do that.
Well, it does get you.
22, way too close. I just want to get just over. Cool. And these wolves in front till run.
Mm-hmm.
2 inches. It's just 12 inches.
Just 12.
6.
Just a casual 12.
6.
Yeah, so for Overwatch, I have a lot of flavors for Overwatch. If I get to, I can Overwatch. As long as I have a CP, I can Overwatch your and I can Overwatch your
I think, because you move 5, might want to auto run you. Running the grave guard that are in the second grave guard that are in the forest. 4 inches, so 8 inches total. We're just gonna go.
All right, while Mark continues to move, I just want to welcome anyone new to the channel, to us, X-Planet Live. That is me, that is you, watching me while watching you, I guess. We are a streaming channel that streams games and out of X-Planet games, and we also stream events, and yeah, it's our excuse to basically showcase our shop and, of course, all our lovely customers and patrons that come here. And we've been enjoying the ride, I gotta say. We've had some absolutely lovely comments from people all over the world, and that's super heartfelt. Thank you so much. We just celebrated hitting 500 subscribers. Woo! And with that bit of information, you can understand we are a teeny tiny channel. So with that in mind, man, we super appreciate if you are new to the channel to hit that subscribe button. Maybe flash us a thumbs up, and definitely hit that notification bell if you have not done so. We do stream, but we are not a big giant crew of guys or gals. We get our patrons to come. Sometimes they arrive late, sometimes they don't arrive at all. And that notification bell will let you know when we actually go live. So let's Joe Cocker it up and start feeling good and get back to the game, I guess.
Moves 10, screams 10.
Now it's your turn. You got your
I haven't moved you guys yet, right?
and now you're hitting your movement.
So I could get off this if I want to with that aura. Wolves are gonna run. Do them first. See what they get. That's fun. 5. So 15 inches. Could wrap. Or you guys could go over here and be back up for a counter charge. Regardless, you're looking at a 9-inch counter charge there, which is unfun for you, I guess.
So lowering it by 1 AP is not going to help.
Alternatively, I just use you guys to screen.
So I'm going to respond to this.
I think that's what I do. So I'm just going to use these guys to screen. This is 8.
Because you got 17.
15.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get 46. That's coming over. 2, 1, 2.
What's up? Oh, sorry, I thought that was Lionel for a moment. Run on the Mortis engine. Getting.
Love all the positioning of wolves that Mark is currently doing right now. And I just want to take a few moments to shout out my man, Shirty Paint Studios. Hey, go trees. Sylvaneth is definitely a big pilot army. I would agree. Lots of really cool things you can do with Sylvaneth. I have an entire Sylvaneth army. Yet to use it. People keep on just loving that army, and I always want to try to be a special snowflake, but you know what, man? I should just play the army. Darktron, Big Sexy is here. How you doing, Big Sexy? Hello, Shorty. Mississauga, Usa, Mystic Shield, and all the way over here. Whew, I have no idea what you mean. And then the year of Shorty had to change accounts. This one has the premium YouTube. Ooh, okay, fair enough. Belthanos turns a piece of terrain into an Awakened Wildwood. Well, he could turn a piece of terrain into a place of power, more importantly. And the song Revenant, or Warsong Revenant, probably has Spellsinger trait, which grants +1 to cast. That is absolutely correct. All right, welcome all of you to hear the chat, and let's get back to the game.
Manfred's also going to run. He's going to go, he moves 12 plus 5, 17. 17 inches.
Should be a math teacher.
Super care, right? So 17 inches could get you right over here if I wanted. And that would get the interesting shit going. I don't think I super care about getting into combat with you.
Huh?
What? Right?
Fight me, bro.
Don't super think I care. So I'll just go over here. Boop. That's plenty of move. 12 if I want.
And by super care, he doesn't want to send his screens. The screens are doing the job. There's no point in positioning him any other way. His hammers are way back. That is in the form of those 2 Graveguard units. If you have not seen Graveguard units actually mix it up in a fight, well, you're about to see a real treat here. These little guys hit so hard. They punch up like absolute monster trucks. Kind of weird for a little 25 mil bases to hit so hard, but boy do they. And Karstein has got all sorts of tricks too that will be put on display. Sylvaneth, it's looking fine. It'll be interesting to see what or how the player pivots.
And what's the toughness on it?
4, -1, 2 each.
4 6-ups. Made 1.
2 damage each.
6 upwards. Kill 1, kill 2, and kill 1 with 1 wound. Damn you. Okay.
The one wound thing is.
That's the thing that's gonna hurt the most.
Yeah.
Don't super care, so 1, 2, that's fine. And then 1 with a 1 wound.
Yeah. They need to fix champion on direwolves.
Oh yeah, because they don't get a +1 to attack.
Yeah, no, they
anymore,
don't. There's literally no reason.
Silly. Cool. And that is it, sir.
left.
I don't have any. Oh, I have charges though.
5.
Just trying to charge you with the swords. That's about it.
One of them was a devastating.
Needing like an 11.
This means I wouldn't have gotten safe.
That's a 1. I don't get it.
The aggression.
Cool. Thank you. That's it.
Spooky, spooky skeletons and shivers down my spine. Okay, my turn.
Yeah, it's you too.
You score 8.
Yeah, that one and my tactics for 8.
My turn. Ugh. I think fight twice, don't lose anyone is probably my best bet, because I doubt your direwolves are going to wipe
Oh,
my
right.
units.
I'm opponent. Right. Okay, I messed that up.
Yeah. I'm the real person here.
You're the real person.
You're just
I'm just an
undead.
opponent.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Because the four corners thing, the fact to be 6 inches away from you means Thanos would have to fight those fell bats, which is just a waste of potential.
Oh yeah. All right. Cool. Well, my unbinds.
And I'm assuming this whole little group's wholly within 12 of Manfred for redeploys.
Basically, yeah.
Ooh.
Those wolves might be out.
Ooh.
Yeah,
They
those
are.
wolves are.
But this wolf,
those
and
wolves
the
and those
Grave
guys
Guard, yeah.
for the
I mean,
redeploy.
the Grave Guard doesn't matter; they're blocked. But
Well, what charge bonuses do you really get? It's just Belthanos, right?
yeah, and it could be worth the CP, but I think all-out defense would probably do something very similar.
Okay.
So I'm going to do fight twice, don't lose anyone.
Cool.
And then I'm going to draw on a bunch of power. So, Warsong Revenant. We good. Lady of Vines. We good. And that's my start of turn stuff. Anything from you?
All right, to be clear, the fight twice, do not have anyone die. It's called Do Not Waver. That's what it's called. You're shorty. Lionel, I recommend you play Sylvaneth. You do man, you're such a sweet guy. You know, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for the words of encouragement. Sylvaneth are just a really, really cool looking army. They are as easy as you want them to paint, and you can make them absolutely exquisite. So I think they're just a great army for any skill level of painter, really. Yeah, they're just so cool. They are very, very cool. Very, very cool. I'm also tempted by Slave to Darkness, and I have a Bellacore that I converted a while ago that I would love to see fully painted. I'm not going to lie to you folks. I did I think a great job converting the guy that I've been really intimidated painting him. Any of you have that? Have you ever done such a great job just like, I don't want to screw this up? All right. Kyle's trying to squeeze that forest into that spot. He might have a bit of a hard time. We'll see what he can do.
Okay. And 3 inches away from the objective. The problem is you're here.
And 2 wounds. 2 wounds are -1.
No.
And then you're on the objective.
Whoa. Whoa.
So that's your only issue.
I think that works. Because there's also like the metal is more of a rough outline. It's not as precise as that. So let's see if I can fit trees. Okay. This one's here.
One got through. 4 damage on that? Vortex got me counting up.
How is that? Is that still fucky?
No, you're good. Actually, here. You're on the objective.
Boom.
Remember, you also count the leaves.
Oh, right.
So that's why this won't work.
Okay, fair point. Okay, 2. We're going for a 2.
All right, you heard Mark say you always count the leaves. That was him basically talking to Kyle. Kyle measures everything from the wood. So it cuts both ways, and that's any part of the wood, including the branches, for the auras. So if he's included the branches as part of his auras, then he's got to include the branches when placing the wood as well. Good shout out from my man. And that looks to be just fine. That looks like it fits perfectly. So Marky Mark catching his Sylvaneth bro trying to jam something where he shouldn't have, right? There's a joke there somewhere, I'm sure.
Sad times. Okay. Then we're going to do the anti-horde spell on the Graveguard. Cool. The one's closest to the Wildwood. Because this, yeah. Anyway, +2 to cast. That is a 9.
You got it.
Okay, so there's 20 Graveguard.
Right before the commit, the extra CP? No! I said, what happened to our friendly game?
4, 5, 6.
7 AP2 saves? But you don't, I still get covered, so AP2 becomes AP1. As long as I'm in the shadow of that frame, doesn't matter.
Saving 1.
Yeah, and then you're just going to res them back, but you know what? It's the thought that counts.
Well, you felt good about it, so that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Okay, and then last cast on Lady of Vines.
That's going to be
I'm going to do Gravetide.
5, correct? 1, 2. Just going to remove you because you're a pain. 1, 2. Oh, can't remove you. Doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay, so yeah, last cast is going to be, we're going to do Gravetide. Okay. +1. That's 8.
You got it.
And that's 2 damage. These guys, I think they were wasted. I think they should have come after like both my losers.
Okay. There we go. I don't know how well that's going to fit.
I feel like I know they get the bonus, but I wonder if you kind of send these.
Yeah, you know what? It is what it is. Okay, that is hero phase for me.
Cool. First thing first. CP, 3 CP. So I could do a rally or I could do a spellcast. Still have room for countercharge, redeploy. Could do both, have redeploy, alt defense. Redeploy, alt defense with the villains. So, ooh, tricky. Tricky. Do I super care about the wolves? I don't. So I don't think I'm gonna rally. And I don't think I'm gonna, well, right, casting might actually be good. Because mortal wounds! 18, and then 1, 2, that doesn't matter. Nice. You have your 5-up ward?
I failed my 5-up
No, you
ward.
failed your 5-up ward. Okay.
I probably have a 6-up ward right
18,
now. 18,
and then be able to hit 3 things. So within 24, I got you, I got Lady, I got you.
But, oh, sorry.
So I got
I have
options
4, I get to roll
for the mortal wounds. Any other fancy spells?
everything else.
Guys, I just wanted to let you know some of the lay of the land here, especially for the Sylvaneth army. If we actually take a gander right over here, you'll notice, hey, that guy looks weird. What model is this? This is actually Belthanos. He does have the beetle. Kyle does own it. He just took Belthanos and wanted to mount it to, what's the arch called? It's not a pagoda because that's a tower. Gosh darn it. I cannot remember, but you get my point. He's got a really strong Japanese Asian theme to his army, and he wanted Belthanos to match that theme. So there you go. Let's get another vantage point on that, because I keep on seeing Mark's head bobbing up in my shot. He considers what he is, playing a game in front of my camera. Psh. All right, he's just recurred a bunch of Graveguard. Yeah, that's the game. You take them off, and then he puts them on.
And I just heal automatically this, right?
Yep.
And that's about all the fun I have with that one. And nothing else died. Cool. And that's it, sir.
Okay, movement. Fight with 2, don't lose anyone. These guys are 2 damage each, aren't they?
Yeah.
How many attacks?
I believe it's 3 attacks each.
3, 4s, 3s?
4's 4's.
4s, 4s.
From memory.
So I don't think very tough can fit in there.
I'll double check for you though. Again, it's been a while. Beasts. Yeah, 3 attacks, 4's 4's, no rend, 2 damage.
Okay.
He gets all those profile, or did he have to choose one, or he gets all? Sometimes they don't. They have the. He's equipped with the spear, the voltaic storm.
So to shoot Manfred, I just need to get over here, which is not that hard.
Just check it, make sure.
Okay, so if I can kill that, I'd be a happy camper. Okay. You have 2 CP? You have 2 CP?
Correct.
Okay. Ooh, that would be... Okay, I'm gonna run Balthanos.
Yep.
For 2, going 14. Yeah, so 14. Thank you.
No worries.
So 2 went through. How much damage each?
Then these dryads are gonna...
Yes, the next one. Yeah.
I had him rolling hot, so I did another wound. So now he has 2 wounds left.
Actually, I don't see the value in doing that. These guys are gonna walk.
I'm just saying, I'm
Going 5. Or should I? Yeah, so walk, going 5.
Like those guys are performing better than my horse.
Okay, let's see. What else do I have to shoot?
Oh, yeah, wait, you can redeploy
Necron warriors.
and... So I guess I am more restricted in where I go. I just really want to shoot Manfred, you know?
You know,
It's just what I want.
just let me do
All right, what Kyle is struggling with currently right now is Manfred's ability. If he issues a redeploy, his ability allows the unit to actually redeploy into combat range with a unit. Now, when you have a battle tactic that requires 2 units to charge, and you do not have the presence of mind to remember that, he can actually deny you that battle tactic, which I believe Kyle is super aware of because he also plays Soulblight. And I think he's right now kind of struggling. He's like, wait, I can't just put in 2 units. I actually have to put multiple units to complete this battle, tactic. At least I hope so anyway. We'll find out in a second.
And I'm going to have one guy get closer because otherwise he won't be able to shoot. So he's going to have to go closer for him to toe this line.
Could have failed it.
Okay. Then,
4 up.
so you would need to redeploy a 4 to get in to stop the shooting.
Okay. Doable. I just got it with 3, right?
Yes, you have to get within 3. So I'm 7 inches away from you. So I'm just past 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of keeping myself aside, like by those immortals. I mean, those emulators. They have those.
Okay, so who would I want? I'm taking too long. So we're going to move these dryads. So running these dryads, going 10.
You know they have stealth, right? Threes. On fours. Yeah. I have no vetoes on four. Just 2 hits. Straight and straight.
If I move Durthu, I'm 11 inches away, so that would be a 6-inch charge, or I can run and charge. I don't think the shooting's valuable, you'll just re-heal from it. So I'm going to run Durthu.
5.
Going 5, so that's 10.
1.
So I'm just going to be 3 inches away.
So 81, so 4.
Oh, a little further back.
1 wound left.
Okay. These homies are going to teleport.
Yep. What was your tactic, by the way?
Fight twice, don't lose anyone.
Cool. Do not waver?
Do not waver yet.
Doop.
I find what
He has a staff of light. Can't use it too much, but it's long attacks.
they're fun to play.
Hitting on fours, 18 inches.
Alrighty. I thought Do Not Waver had a qualifier of actually charging, but not the case. All he has to do is fight. So deploying and pinning it is not going to deny him that objective. That would be attack on 2 fronts. Attack on 2 fronts is do 2 successful charges. So there you go. I would like to welcome Mr. Mike Fleet to the chat. Look here, pal. Yeah, well, look here right back at you. Is that Mark? What did I miss? It is a Mark, and you probably know him, and it is probably the Mark. And he just wants to say hi to little old me. Hi right back at you, Mr. Fleet. Hopefully you were watching, so far enjoying this game. These guys has played a lot of Warhammer, so this should be a relatively quick matchup. Things are already getting in it right now. He's lining up a couple of charges, so he will complete that. Durthu's going to plunge into those wolves to absolutely evaporate. Is he going to cause 20 wounds to the wolves? I am not sure he's going to be able to do that. Is Balthanos going to wipe a unit of 10 wolves? I don't know that's going to be the case either. Because probably both those units are going to stick around. One of those units are going to be able to strike and fade. Now, they have to be wholly within. That would be, I guess, 8 inches. Those 2 woods would project an aura of 8 inches. And it looks like, based on the camera, that probably Durthu is going to be the one that's going to be striking and fading. Either way, he's going to have to leave one of them behind. And that Graveguard unit is going to be buried in that wood. It's going to be salivating. Who knows who's going to gain priority? We don't know. Neither do the players. That's what makes part of what makes AoS so very, very interesting, is how you compensate for that. And currently right now, folks, there's very little compensation. And what I mean by that is the Sylvaneth player is aggressively positioned. He's committed some very valuable assets. And if he does not get priority for the next round, he will most likely lose one of those 2 assets. Now, I might be completely wrong. One of them will teleport away. Hopefully that'll be Durthu, because he's the one that's facing off against 2 units of Graveguard. But you know what? 1 unit of Graveguard will lift Balthanos. Yeah, almost assuredly. We'll see what happens. But yes, right now the Sylvaneth player is running risk.
I redeploy on a 4. I can get into space. Stop you from shooting. I redeploy into Balthanos. Then you just hop over, hit whatever you want anyways. Or I just get Manfred literally 1 more inch away from everything, and therefore I have nothing to worry about. Or I sit there and wait for the trap, go for the redeploy, and hit you.
Options.
Options. So many options. Or I just go for the counter charge. I think I am going to go for the redeploy. On Manfred. Okay. Just to get him out of dodge. Even with an inch, he's out of dodge. Yep. Okay. It's just going to go this way.
So my guys are cutting to 7.
There we go.
Okay. Shooting.
It's all about the tie-up.
3 are within range of the mortis engine.
why was he worried? Why was he worried about Balthanos? Well, Balthanos has a special ability. I call it, I can't exactly remember, but I call it grasshoppering. Once he engages a unit, at the beginning of that combat on a 3+, he can position anywhere, pick a unit that he's in combat with, sorry. And on a 3+, he can position anywhere 1 inch from that unit. Well, anywhere could be behind the unit as well. And that's why he was a little nervous about that. I would have liked if actually, instead of moving backwards, he moved a little more in. Not so much to take advantage of the wood, because you're like, well, if he gets in the wood, wouldn't he be -1 to hit? Not when you're a flying monster. He would have no advantage to that. But maybe he could deny that space there. Now, what's interesting about what Mark did, though, is if he does leap Grasshopper to that space, he'll engage Graveguard, and then he'll die. But Kyle is not that dumb, so what's going to happen is he's going to position right at the end of that chain of wolves toward the bottom of your screen, and he's going to land within 3 inches of Von Karstein. That's literally what he's going to do. And it'll happen on a 3+, so we'll see what happens when he starts rolling some dice. I don't think he's actually attacking currently yet. Right now it's just a whole bunch of shots probably. But we'll see how this thing shakes down.
4 damage, eh? Yeah. Let's kill 2 wolves.
Okay. That is it for shooting because everyone else ran who could shoot.
Cool.
So on to charges. We're going to start with Balthanos because this is going to determine a lot.
That's it.
A big ol' 6. I can get on the objective. I could try and punch Graveguard, though I don't really like that idea.
You hit on 5s?
No, I think I'll just, if I peel off the chaff, and then I can get a double, I think that's good enough.
Okay.
Because 9 inches from here, no, there's no way for me to get into the...
Teleport away?
Yeah. I would have to literally flip, like, right here.
Yep.
Which, I mean, like, it's doable.
It's just this unit. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, and you have to get 1 model.
Yeah.
And the problem is your tree is in the way, so you have to respect your tree. And you have to be within 1 inch of this, 2, 4, 6, yeah, 8. Yeah.
All right, while the guys are discussing the fine points there, let me give you the potential what could happen or what we could see here. I don't know. Dirthy will most likely make his charge unless he rolls Snake Eyes twice. So that's most likely going to happen. Balthanos has completed a charge. I think Kyle, what he's contemplating right now is, do I commit into Karstein? If he does, he's basically saying Balthanos is also going to die. And I don't think that's a fair trade. Balthanos does a lot, and he doesn't need to trade that aggressively or trade down like that. So what can he do? Well, I think he's right. If he peels back as much of the direwolves as possible, and then Dirthu does the same thing to the second unit, because those are actually 2 units of direwolves there. Dirthu, who's within the aura of the woods, will teleport back to safety. And then Kyle will spend 1 CP to actually power through and then move 14 inches back. Both those units will be safe. If he committed to Karstein, he would not be able to necessarily do that because I believe Karstein has either the same amount of wounds or more. So that's what I think he's actually going to do. So we'll see what happens.
Guys in the back. Give me a 9. No. So I'm not even going to bother charging these dryads in, honestly.
Okay.
'Cause
Makes sense.
Why
No free
bother?
hits.
And then we're just going to do these Kurnoths, because I think that's the last one I could do something with. Kurnoths. Yeah, no. Okay, that was a terrible charge phase.
Charging the turn, Kurdolfson. That would have been bold.
Well, yeah, because get in, get a bunch of hits, teleport away. It'll be
I
fine.
guess you can teleport with one. That's the problem. You can't teleport them all.
Well, that was incredibly subpar, but hey, I got 2 units to fight with, so at least I didn't fail battle tactic.
Yeah.
That's my charge abilities. Anything from
I'll
you?
do the 5 first. I start with the guy that has 2 lists.
Okay.
All right, as we go through this, I just want to send out big hugs and kisses to Are You Digitized? Man sends me a super chat. How could I possibly not be very appreciative? Anytime anyone is liking a thing so much they don't mind actually giving up their hard-earned money to show an act of appreciation, has to be taken for what it is. And thank you so much for that. That was a very nice kindness. The message. Yes, the classic Canadian polite battle charge. A tried and true tactic. Indeed. It's how we roll here. Unless we're drunk or fighting a war, then we are absolute insane nut jobs.
Cool.
Do you think?
Okay, then Balthanos is going to do his flippy flop, picking the direwolves. He does not do it,
So he stays where he is.
so stays where he is. Cool. Okay, going to
Yeah, I'm already good.
fighting.
Okay.
We're going to go first with Durthu. Cause yeah. Okay, so pile 3.
My guys were like, they can't touch this until
The bloody model. So big. His arm. It's literally going to be his arm.
Does Void stick around here?
So you can't get there?
Well, no, it's just I don't think his model's going to fit.
No, it's his base. That's the issue.
No, it wasn't. I think
Because of the tree.
Floor.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, was Void stick
Your own tree gets in the way.
Yep. Okay, so then I guess I'm just going to stay where I am.
Punch the direwolves?
Yeah, everything to the direwolves.
Cool.
Actually.
File in that way?
Yes,
Hit-
because if I
hit the
clear
swords?
because if I clear the direwolves, this way I get to leave. So let's see if I can even touch this. Where is another 3?
Do you know 3?
Oh, yes. So
All right, as they're maneuvering for inches, I also like to welcome Todd Mueller to the chat. My man, it's always nice having you in the chat. And yeah, Strike and Fade and Power Through work well together, especially in an army that allows you to run in charge and move that fast. It's just crazy good. I'd like to welcome you, Shorty. Not welcome, but you've already been here. Or if you touch my goalie, much like the Americans, you don't touch the boat's goalie. Yeah, fair enough. You don't touch a defender, boys. You get in that crease, you're going to get a nice stick to the face. No, I don't mean that. Don't none of you kids out there putting sticks to faces. That was just us talking, that's all. Mike Fleet. Power Through command requires you to pick any unit you're in combat range with. So if you're engaged with a model with more health and one with less, you can select. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. I thought you had to actually just meet the requirement. I didn't realize you could just kind of cherry pick. That's good to know. That could have meant that he could have dove in there. Hot damn. Well, that's a great insight there, Mr. Mike Fleet.
All I gotta do is make for that one.
6.
All I gotta do is make that one.
Well, here's hoping I get a double. And then your go.
And my faith dice are only ones, and I already did an activate this week. I can't even do another. There's one
Okay.
detachment where I can.
Wolves?
Yeah.
Hitting you here.
Nothing else. 3 seconds. That's it. All it took.
The chicken blows up, right?
Yeah, it's simplicity. And I don't have I have no CPU.
How does that work?
Yeah.
What?
Go up.
With your terrain piece?
No. Oh, you
If
know,
I'm in combat range of your terrain piece, do I have to maintain within combat range of your terrain piece?
I think they may have built it in line.
Because is it a unit during the combat phase?
I have no idea.
Because you can target it and you can hit
You
it.
can target it and you can hit it. Well, I know. Do you know? I don't know.
No, it's not.
It's okay.
I have no idea.
It's one right.
In the charge phase and the combat phase, they are treated as if they were units for the purposes of movement, combat range, and being in combat.
Okay.
So,
I
I'm
do have to
assuming
maintain.
that means you have to maintain.
Within range. That's fine. Well, within.
All right, he got there before I did. I had to. I was starting to look that up. So that's good to know as well. So you have to do, when you do pile, have to maintain 3 inches. So what does that really mean? The wolves, not as many wolves make it in. I don't think that's that big of a deal. I would have preferred Mark for the second unit of wolves when Durthu just absolutely cleaned their clocks. It would have been nice if he actually stayed in combat with them. Oh, you know what? I take that back. Because if he stayed in combat, it means he could strike and fade. So that's why he pulled it. I was thinking about locking him down, but of course, you know, the multi-dimensional army that is Sylvaneth. Yeah, so that's why he did it. So basically, by pulling out all those wolves, Durthu is just going to have to just hang out right there. And, yep. So that comment I was making regarding priority roll and exposing yourself to it, well, this is it right here. There's Durthu hanging in the wind. I do not believe he cannot power through because he's not engaged with anything. It'll be Balthanos that'll be powering through. And he cannot strike and fade because he's not in combat with any enemy. I'll have to double check and make sure that is an absolute requirement.
I'm close to your scarabs. That, yeah.
Powering through is useful. It's 12. Would get me very much the fuck out of dodge.
So anyway, so Morgan Val, she gets a fight to the scarabs back. Yes.
No, I couldn't go there because I would tag all the other units I'm not in combat with. Yeah, we're just gonna chill there and then hit.
If I dump the miracle dice, so these lousy ones that I have, keep getting.
So this is 3s and 3s, -2, 3 because I charged. Cool.
So the one in the fade, add 3 to the.
I was totally gonna go for Manfred if I got the flip
Oh, I know. Yeah.
because chances of me killing him are actually decent. 1, -2, 3 damage.
3 damage. No ward.
No ward.
3 damage through.
And then bug or temple. 4s, 1 hit, 2s, 1, so 3 more damage. So 6 damage total.
All right, as wolves are being pulled off right there, Strike and Fade does have the requirement of having to be in combat. By pulling out those wolves, it means Durthu gets hung out to dry. And then the other mystery that was solved was Balthanos failed his 3+ roll and did not grasshopper toward von Karstein, which makes a heck of a lot more sense why he didn't execute the move. So there you go.
And then I'm going to move 12.
As long as she's attached.
So there.
So
So I'm just going to be on the other side of this building.
So hitting on 3.
It's from the base.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you're good. I'm out.
Okay,
This just means I gotta do
tiniest
this
difference.
instead.
strength's 12, so it's moving on to another secondary.
Cool.
Okay, so that
There we go.
Cool beans. I score 8. End of turn stuff, I can't do anything because I'm not in combat range of you. Goddamn, striking 2.
Do not waver. You got.
Yep.
You do not waver, and you do control 1, control 2. So we're tied.
Okay. Now here's hoping for a double. Otherwise, Durthu is toast. Got a 6.
I think I'll take it.
Boo.
I think. Yeah, I think I'll take it.
This was hardcore experimental in my aspect. Let's see how this goes.
I can hear him going, yeah. I can hear Lionel going. Okay. Moi. I'm going to go for Mark for the grave. I got to kill the thing that's a unit. That's not a unit. So I gotta take their land potentially. Not really. Inevitable demise. 2 units.
Ooh, just out. Graveguard just out of 12.
Oh yeah. Of what? Of the
Worse, the Revenant.
Oh yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna send that wolf to die. That wolf is definitely gonna die this turn. Seize the center, not likely. Attack on 2 fronts. I'm kind of starved for objectives here. That's my only challenge. I don't have like a good clean tactic to pull off this turn. Because marked for the grave has to be a unit.
That's at full health.
Yeah. I mean, like, I can send it right into your bows, but I need to win on a lot of fronts here, but it's fine. I think I can do it. Let's just do not waver. I'm using that wolf to save my ass. Take their land. Is there any easy take their lands anywhere? No. Because this is too easy of a stop for the redeploy. Who's the entourage? Crumbo?
Lady.
Yeah, that's not a kind one either.
So that's 11.
Center the battlefield. So we got Slay. So the center. We just send those there for. All right. Well, we're gonna try. We're gonna try something.
Alright, so then now I get to roll for a miracle base. And it's a 2. What's going on?
Yeah, that unit's not full health. I can't mark for the grave. Okay. I have to go for seize the center, I guess. There's nothing else here that's super appealing.
That is all the attacks.
It's very unlikely I'm able to do enough damage in one go to kill the whole unit, especially if I know what you're going to do next.
So you're seizing the center?
I think so. Seize the center.
I'm going to draw on power with the Warsong Revenant.
Makes sense.
I get the thing.
Okay.
Did you
Bring it down basically as 2 victory points per vehicle, right?
Alrighty.
You strike 1 vehicle
So,
over there, right? That's 2 victory points, right? This
before I get too wrapped up in it, yeah, even with a nice 6-inch run, I think I can still.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we heard what tactic he was committing to. Whew, okay, so let's get back to the chat. Redigitize. Is Sigmar or 40k better? I'm getting ready to start buying minis. Well, Mike Fleet, are you Digitize? It's all a matter of flavor. Sci-fi or fantasy. You've entered the realm of biased individuals. AoS is a lot of fun. Well, we're right now on AoS Wednesday, so AoS is best. And then on 40k Fridays, 40k is best. What is the big difference? I love 10th edition currently right now for 40k. The reason why I like it as a competitive game. I like the little mind puzzles that the game presents. I love the universe. I love the lore. I love the models. And the community, at least in our local area, is pretty fantastic. Guys who play 40k here are pretty tremendous. We got ultra competitive people that are gentlemen and gentle ladies. We got casuals that, just love the hobby and do all sorts of crazy stuff with their models. So no, 40k is a great game. Really enjoy it. Now, does it lack things? No game is absolutely perfect. And in the pursuit of balance, you could argue, and I don't think the game has ever been more balanced than it is today, but you could argue that it lost some of its flavor. In the pursuit of balance, when you start getting closer to making things all even, things start getting a little generic. Is it so generic that things don't have personality? No, I don't think so. I think 40K is an absolutely awesome game. AoS. I love AoS. Of the two games, it is the game I play the most. Our local community is also great for that. And we have super ultra competitive people that play in the area. And by some blessing, we have a lot of them that come to our store as well. We have tremendous amount of wonderful casual people that also love playing the game and pour a ton of energy into the hobby. And again, the people who play it in the community in and around Southern Ontario are just fantastic. All right, so what is best? Here's what I'm going to say to you. It doesn't matter what the game is. I'm going to flip it and change it a little different conversation and say, what community do you love more? Do all your buddies play 40K? Then you know what? Play 40K. Do all your buddies play AoS? Then play AoS. You want to spend time, and there's a lot of time and energy put into the hobby, and you want to spend that time with people that you love. And beyond your girlfriend, wives, or partners in your life, friends are definitely one of those other significant relationships. And you just want to spend time with those people. You can't take your armies with you, but you can take away the memories. So that would be my suggestion. Pick a community that you love most. And if your friends are into whatever the game is, go that direction. Be with your friends. Spend time with them.
+2 goes down to +1. That's a 7.
Try to unbind this.
Those things got too much blood.
You got it. Okay, so 20 dice, and you don't have a ward. That's it.
These guys gotta die.
So we got
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
yeah,
So,
so
7 go through.
Yeah, 7 guys just toast.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
14 something attacks.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. Movement. Stand outside of 3 here. Outside of 3 here.
Are you digitized? It seems like you are really liking AoS as a game in general, and there ain't nothing. This thing is called a hobby, right? Not all hobbies are ones that you spend a ton of time with a lot of people. If you're talking gaming, I absolutely pick the one that you can game with buddies. But I mean, if you just love the models and doing all the hobby aspects of it, that you do on as more of a solo thing. And who knows, maybe you could inspire some of your buddies to actually want to play AoS too. I absolutely adore the game. There is so much wonderful subtlety to it. There's a lot of poetry. It's not perfect either, though. Currently, right now in 4th edition, AoS is truly out of whack. We have a lot of haves and a lot of have-nots. Although the meta seems to be fairly diverse, a lot of different armies are winning, or at least placing fairly well. But certainly, there's a lot of regular armies that place very well, and then armies that are never ever mentioned. And unfortunately, that is just human nature. And when it comes down to design, you start getting to human bias. And obviously, if you're working on an army and you love that army, guess what? That army is going to end up being pretty darn good. When you're working on an army and you have no interest in it, guess what? That army is just going to reflect that disinterest. And there's definitely armies that just didn't get enough time. Not because of any malice, not because of any type of plan to piss you off or whatever. It's just is what it is. And hopefully in time they'll right that boat. And the lead designer will get everyone shining over time. But it's going to take a little bit of time to get there.
They're just going to chill outside of 3 at both you and you. Graveguard are just going to move forward 4 inches.
Do I not like? Alright, should I take a page out of your book and see if I can get in your back corner? Just little seraphim. Who's gonna get it? Your tank patrol player? There's some also. You can't. I can. Can you respond to units that are coming out of reserve?
Yeah, right. I can do that. That's fine. Right. He's going to move 5 inches up. That's fine. There. Just go.
12.
Yeah. And
What's your artifact? What's your artifact? Orb on the necromancer? Okay.
you see where this is going?
Yes.
Yeah. Manfred, what do you want to do with yourself? Manfred goes in, moves 12, goes there. I don't know if I want to move 10. Hits everything within 10, so I could hit all 3 of those, or I could hit stuff with Manfred. Manfred alternatively moves 12, gets where else? There's no other point in having him go anywhere else, so he's just going to be aggressive. Trade-off, I think, is better. It's just outside of 3.
I like the positioning that Mark is doing. He's being aggressive at the right time. This is the moment he's got priority. He's lining up to put Dirthu in the ground. Now Dirthu is probably, almost assuredly, going to redeploy at the end of this. Try to put a little bit of space between himself and that Graveguard unit that's eyeballing him. That is for certain. But I mean, he still has that Graveguard unit that could potentially come right across sideways from left to right toward the center of that table. Now, he did pick Seize the Ground, and the big thing about Seize Ground, folks, is you cannot be engaged in combat at the end of your turn to be able to score it. So that's the trick. So he's got to feel real confident that he could put Dirthu in the ground if he does decide to come across with that Graveguard unit as a backup. We'll see what happens. Karstein's going to pop some spells and some magic. That shrine thing will actually spill a whole bunch of mortal wounds as well. Todd Mueller. What a great Wednesday night watching my favorite Army, Sylvaneth, and hockey team Jets while building Curtis. I don't think it gets any better than that. That right there is the Canadian dream. So then we go over to Are You Digitized? What's your opinion on Imperial Agents? And that's the one I'm eyeballing. I think Imperial Agents is a phenomenal, characterful, very thematic and narrative choice. But as an army that stands on its own 2 legs, meh. If you love Imperial armies, I think the Imperial Agents are a wonderful ally. There's lots of aspects and units in that codex that I would like to include in quote-unquote real armies. Agents really is just a fluffy choice. But, oh my God, how thematic and dramatic, right? I mean, straight out of a comic book. You're the Inquisitor with his crew of misfits that just commissioned an army and said, you're going to do what I'm telling because we got a mission to actually... I mean, it's just a cool narrative reel in your head, right? Like I said, if you're going to pick an army, I would say pick Sisters. Sisters are a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous army, very competitive, and a phenomenal army to stick some agents in if you want to do that. Failing that, I mean, Custodes is a wonderful army to collect if you want to keep your budget low, because very few amount of Custodes make a big army real quick. All right, let's get back to the game at hand. So what do you guys think? Is Durthu going to die this turn? Well, the answer to that question, of course, is whether or not that graveyard unit makes that charge. That is pretty much it. Mark positioning beautifully with his wolves, and one of the reasons why I absolutely adore wolves is the amount of board control that you have. Just absolutely awesome. I would have loved for him, see that tail of wolves, sorry, let me be more specific. The wolves that are closest to Balthanos, toward the left of your screen that's curling, I would have loved that unit to be more like a line, so that when Balthanos drops and possibly grasshoppers over, he can't get that close to Karstein. There might have been some sort of distance restrictions. Maybe that's why Mark couldn't do that, but we'll see how it goes. And other than that, man, I think things are going all right. We'll see whether he completes his mission. And his mission really is to hopefully put Durthu in the ground. That's basically the big deal.
Yes, the one unit I didn't care about. Cool. Charges. Any counter shoots for you?
I'm not going to shoot the dog because that's.
You don't want to shoot the dog? No?
No.
Cool. Doggy's going to try and charge. That one doggo. Getting an 8-inch charge. He's happy as a clam. He's just going to go over here.
Yeah, but it's not as much damage as I thought. So that's 1/6 so far.
Graveguard right in front of you. Making a charge. Getting a 6.
Yep. Thanks you.
So 6 means I can move in that direction if I want to.
I had the retributor, and that would kill those big things. Yeah. Oh, so sorry. I do get plus some strength. So strength 5, but it's still something.
I like this a ton. Now, does he have 2 units to complete go for the center? I believe he does, in the form of that shrine and Karstein. I believe that's why he's positioned the way it is. That Graveguard unit now making that charge into those bowmen. Oh, that's hot. That is huge. Shutting down those little buggers, man. The amount of power that unit of 6 great bows projects is pretty crazy. Now we need to see whether or not he can make it into Durthu. That will be very, very interesting. Those trees could be such a pain in the butt. Ugh. All right, let's see what happens.
Back here.
Oh.
So they're in the prime. They're in
Okay. Next charge can be Manfred. Come on. Getting a 9. No problem at all. Can't remember, was it in combat phase his ability?
For his charge?
Yeah. It's combat phase?
Yeah.
Okay. Just gotta remember it for the 3-up. Charging Necro. Getting an 8-inch charge. And Graveguard. Next. Okay. 9-inch charge.
I know, but they did that, but then that's what they did. They got rid of the combi weapon. Right? And I hate it.
What's that on?
That's just the center of the board.
Thank you.
I was measuring what's the...
What's the center of the board?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think it slows it down. There's dangerous to that. Anyway, so hitting on 3s, right? And 6s are sustained. Plasma did hit. All my CP are yeah, that 6 is sustained. Alright. Plasma's shrinking.
All right, with that completed charge, sorry. The choices, I think, become super, super clear. He's going to activate that unit of Graveguard first, I'd imagine. Try to lift Durthu in one go right here, right now. And then the bows will get an opportunity to attack. And assuming that plan goes to plan, the Necromancer and Karstein complete the objective? Or has Mark just said, to hell with the objective, I just want to just kill as much stuff as possible, which is also a very valid target. A very valid point. I mean, if he lifts Durthu and cleans that unit of bows, whoo, Nelly, that will be mighty, mighty fine. So we'll see what happens.
Do it again. I can still do it again.
A 6? That would be pretty cute.
Primary's at 39. We're going to terraform twice. One gets battle round.
You could help wipe out these Graveguard, but
43 up to terraform.
I think I'm going to need it to the CP to stay alive, so I'm going to pass.
Okay.
No.
On to
I can't do it again.
combat-based abilities. Popping orb to make Durthu. Popping my orb of what's it called? Enchantment. Make Durthu fight last.
Yep.
For the viewers at home. And on a 3-up, fight first.
There's only one CP compared to the space we want.
No fight first. Okay. On a 2-up, is it not? For the fight twice.
This one?
It's 3-up. For,
3-up?
for Necromancer?
Yeah, Necromancer. Necromancer's going to try and make fight twice happen. Ooh, I'm so tempted to just do it on the unit of 10.
The second fight has strike last, right?
Yes, second fight has strike last. Alternatively, though, I do score my objective if I go on the other unit, because then they'll be able to wipe the Dryads before they wipe Durthu if they wanted to. I think I'm gonna need to fight twice on them.
This one? Or this one?
That's the thing I'm having trouble with.
But I get a reroll. I get a roll.
I know, because there's only 13 of them, so that's why it's challenging. With only 13 of them, you do have to all those fights before I get to fight. No. I'll go with a larger unit. 3-up. Yeah, they fight twice.
Very nicely done, and I think that was the wise choice. Definitely killing Durthu. Don't get too greedy. Make sure that that big giant tree man is put in the ground the wrong way up. I'd like to welcome Pop Go to the chat. Make a chair out of Durthu. Indeed, unless, of course, you're a Sylvaneth fan, man, Durthu is an absolute just god of death. 330 points. That guy is worth every single point. Twice that amount on any specific day you want. He's so good for 330 as well. It's just, yeah, he's just a beast. But even the beast will fall to a whole unit of Graveguard, especially a whole unit of Graveguard that's going to be fighting twice.
Does he have the I live again?
No, he has the +1 wound one.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying it something different.
Gotcha.
He's going to put it on this Graveguard unit as well. So the 13 one.
3-up. What does this do?
Doesn't go off. So all my units would have +1 to wound when targeting that unit.
Got it.
Okay.
So they're -1 hit? Yeah.
He's going to give his -1 attack to an enemy monster in combat range, which is Manfred. 3-up. Manfred is -1 to all of his attacks.
Cool.
And then the tree is going to explode. Everyone is within combat range. The Mortis engine is not, so just going for all of them.
Cool.
Group of 13 Graveguards. 1 mortal, no ward.
Cool. 1 dead.
The big group of Graveguards take 2 no ward.
Heavy bolter is
Sorry?
Goes up by
Two?
Two guys die here.
Okay.
Then
Actually, I do have a ward.
You're within 12. Do you have a 5-up board?
I have a 5 ward.
Ah.
So 2 over there. 6s. And it mattered. Look at that. Cool. 1 day.
oh, she has missiles too.
Necromancer?
You know what? I'll do her.
Nothing?
I'll do them.
Your spell. Actually, sorry, it's each unit, so it doesn't affect the spell. Manfred?
This is from the unit.
Nothing.
Cool.
And then that's that, because the wolf's out. So done.
Done.
That was combat abilities.
Cool. So I'm -1 to hit there?
-1 to hit here, yes.
Cool. I'm going to go for an all attack with them. Because I shouldn't need an all attack there. And it's just 12 of them. They're going to pile in. Are they all within 3 of the Kurnoth with bows? That's all I care about.
Yes.
All right, cool. They're just going to do their attacks in the Kurnoth with bows.
Okay.
Make it nice and easy.
Alright, so
I'm going to save all defense for Durthu, so.
Cool. So I said there's 12 of them, so that's 24 attacks. Oh, wait. Being dumb. How much health left does Durthu have?
He's got 12 wounds left.
12 wounds left, eh?
Yeah.
9, but they go up to strength 10 because of the
I could still kill him with other things, I think. Yeah, this is the smarter play. Yeah, I was right. So 20, 24.
so I'm rooting on 3s with that.
Thought there was maybe a way I could get them to +3 attacks,
Strength 10 too.
but
Everything's running on 3s.
I think it risks too much with the -1 to attacks on Manfred. -1 to attack on Manfred means that Durthu might not die to him, and if he doesn't, that doesn't put me in a great spot. So,
These are 4 AP4 saves.
sorry, 24? What did I say? Yeah, 25 plus the leader. Okay.
These are D6 plus
4s and 3s.
These are D3.
Yeah. I'm not within range of the War Song, right? Just of Lady of Vines.
Of the Kurnoths?
Yeah.
Like, you
No, I'm not within. Like, I haven't pulled in War Song, have I?
you have.
Oh, okay. Doesn't matter anyway. So everything into the Kurnoths. 3s,
So 8. Then 7.
Oh, you're 3s to hit normally?
all at attack.
You're a -1 to hit.
You don't have a
Yes, so I'm back to 3s.
8.
Oh, you're 3s normally.
7.
3s normally. You got it.
15.
It's 3s and 3s.
Not gonna matter.
6s do mortals. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 mortals.
No chance.
Alright, that was like, that was
I'm wounding on 3s.
Drop the faith knife for nothing. But,
2.
okay, so that's
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus Ren 2, because I charged and I outnumber you.
So 11.
So 11,
6s.
and then you got 4 more damage.
6s. Save 1. 6s again.
Plus 4 more dice.
Two more.
2.
So this is 12 damage. So 2 dead, 1 has,
5 wounds each?
yeah. So
Yep. 2 dead.
So I got Twin Link Multi-Melt.
1.
I'll put the Heavy Bolter into the unit of Immortals. You know, I'll just do it. I'll just do it separate. I get to decide here. That's all the firepower from this.
Okay.
Oh, it does have an ability, right?
My go.
next.
That whatever.
So
Purge. Finish shooting phase. That's the small headshot.
these swords.
Unit until the end of the phase. That unit doesn't benefit.
Yeah, Kurnoths. Okay. See, I could tag Manfred,
Good.
and then the question would be,
I'll have to kill 1 model, and I got +1 to attacks. Attacking twice. With those Graveguard.
I'll take cover from
yeah, but if because Manfred's within 3 of the center, so if he's in combat,
Melted.
you would fail battle attack.
Wait.
Yeah.
Who are you shooting at?
So both hit. 11. So I meant.
But then you could hit the Kurnoths with Manfred, and that would suck. I think that sucks more. I think I'm okay with you scoring the points. So we're going to pile in
Still just got to maintain within 3 for me of the swords.
Of the swords, yeah.
So one went through.
Yep. Okay. So putting all 4 into the Graveguard. Cool. So 3 attacks each.
So let's hope I roll 1 4 today. Yes, okay, you saved it.
Alright, now I got the heavy bolter.
Yep. So this is 2s and 2s because you're a priority target.
Cool. 2s and 2s? They hit on 3s and 3s with their melee attacks?
Yes. 3s and 3s, no rend, 1 each.
Okay.
So 2 81 saves.
So this is 9 at no neg, 1 each.
9 at no neg, eh?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you have a 4-up save?
4-up save. Sorry.
I kind of messed this up.
Whoa.
I didn't put these guys properly.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Feel no pain. No, it doesn't feel no pain for 1 guy.
So that's 2 dead.
It doesn't matter how I put them because like this only one
Nice.
multi-melt. One guy's in range. He doesn't have another one.
I'll pull from the front here so I'm no longer in combat with shit. 1.
So because I did some shit like that, I put all the multi-melts in range first.
Good job, Mark. A little presence of mind, pulling out the casualties that matter to try and get outside of what the Doc Ock, Lady of Vines, and potentially even the Wizard. And that war singer or dancer. I want to say war dancer. I love the war dancers, man. War dancers were so cool back in the day. Anyway, so far so good. I'm liking where this is going. He's done some damage to Kurnoth, took out some bows, is a good thing. We'll see what happens to Dirthy, though.
Does what?
So one,
War Scroll. Quicksilver Swords, it's 12 attacks. Okay. I then will go. So I'll do my pile in. I'll pile into with those swords.
Yep.
I'll pile into Dirthu.
So staying within 3 of...
No, sorry. So pile in within the Kurnos.
Okay.
Staying within 3, and then just maintaining within 3 there. I'll go everything into Dirthu. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay, I'm going to all-out defense Dirthu.
It's 9, 10, 11, 12. 3s and 3s. 6s are crit mortals. Oh, no. 2 for me.
No negative?
Neg 1.
So 3s.
Takes 1. 3 damage total because the mortals.
6.
Can't.
Well, can't take a ward against this.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So he's at 5.
Cool.
I'll do the heavy first.
I will then go. You got next.
Okay, we're going to do these dryads.
So, that tells me everything I need to know. Swords couldn't have killed Warsong, even if I wanted to.
So staying wholly within 9. All these homies are going to be able to hit. There's 7 of them.
Yep.
So 14, champion.
Okay, I might as well. How much CPU do I have? I might as well defense them. Cool. Do you think?
This is going to be 4s and 4s. For 3. No rend. 1 each.
3 no rend. 1, 2, 3. Jesus. Save 1. And 5s.
6s.
So 6s. Takes 2. 2. Okay. Hitting next. Do you have anything else to hit with? Yeah, you got all that stuff. That's fine. Gonna be hitting next with Necromancer.
Okay, so I have 1 multi-melt in here.
Where are you? Where are you? Soulblight Gravelords, faction pack. Necromancer.
All right, just to remind the crowd here watching, the Durthu is striking last due to an artifact, one-use artifact, which is why he's activating just around, and why Durthu hasn't been activated yet, just in case you were wondering. It's I like the sequence of play, too. I mean, ultimately, attacking with the... Oh, I thought the Lady of Vines... Oh, no, of course, the Lady of Vines is going into the Wolf. Activating with the Graveguard unit that's in the center of the table, buried under those trees, under the boughs of the trees, if you will. He could have potentially, if he didn't have a presence of mind, could have fished out an all-out defense there. But Kyle, with enough experience, understood exactly where he needed that all-out defense, and he saved it for Durthu. And he's going to be hopefully riding that and maybe live. That's what he needs to do, to just weather the storm of all these blades. So currently right now, the Graveguard unit that's in base contact has not gone yet, and neither has Karstein. So that wolf... Oh, he piled toward the wolf and then allocated attacks toward the Graveguard. Good job, Kyle.
2 left, right?
Yeah.
And grenade launcher.
Sorry. There you go.
Yeah, 3. This one, no rerolls here.
And my only option is essentially Manfred left, other than the Graveguard, which I don't want to do because I want to try and kill him. Okay, so Manfred it is. So it's going to be 5 attacks, so -1 to attacks, right? Mm-hmm. So 5 attacks with the sword, 3s and 3s. Yep. That sounds right. Nothing happens on 6s, right?
Nope.
Cool, I'll hit. 3 wounds, run 1. 3s.
So 4 guys and 1. So 4 guys.
Why 3s? Oh, right, because all that's 1
Offense.
attack. So 2 damage.
Takes 2.
Okay. And then 5? Or 4?
4, because -1.
Yeah. 4s, nothing. Cool. Woo! King of the Whiff. Slow clap for you.
Warsong
As per
Revenant.
usual. Manfred, as per usual.
So I'm only going to be able to hit this thing, so I'm only going to hit the thing.
Cool.
Everything still swords, 5 attacks, 3s and 3s. 4 hits. 2 at -1. 2 damage each.
Cool.
I mean, let me actually, it might be D3.
Neg 1, I don't think I have a save.
Is it D3?
War scrolls, swords. 5 up save.
It's D3
Ren 1?
damage.
Ren 1, Ren 2?
It's Ren 1.
Okay, so 6 ups. Go through.
Okay, and then D3 for 3 damage. Cool. No ward.
wards anyways. Good. Does that... I don't know. There might be a stipulation that it doesn't work on spells, but...
Oh, because of, it's like each enemy unit's within
Yeah,
blank.
and then it's a weird thing. I don't want to deal with that. So, just Graveguard. Everything into Durthu. Use Graveguard here. I lost 3, so 17 of them. 17 of them times 2.
Well, yeah, because 2 attacks each.
All right, so why did Mark save the Graveguard to the end? I think he was hoping that maybe he could fluke off and lift Durthu with his other elements of his army. If he had, he would have then activated with those Graveguard. The Graveguard would have piled toward those, oh gosh, what are they? Dryads. Swung at those and then piled potentially again toward Kurnoth. That would have been glorious. But as it stands, Durthu weathered the storm so far. Does he hold? That is the question. Does he hold? That's an awful lot of dice in that tray right now.
I can't think of any. No.
Okay. Oh, actually, what I'll do.
All right, so over there.
Go ahead.
War blades get 4 attacks each.
Guys over here.
I used to get so much more attacks.
3s.
It's all 100. Yeah. Hitting on 3.
So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 at Ren 2. So 5, 12, Ren 2.
So this is going to be becomes Ren 1, so 4s. Come on, baby. 7 plus 7 is 14, but I have, so I need to make 1 ward save.
14?
Yeah,
plus
so plus this. Oh,
7.
so a lot of ward
So
saves.
you need to make a lot
of
ward
ward
saves.
saves. Takes 4, and then how? This is another 7.
This is another 7.
Okay, so I have 3 wounds. I've taken 4.
So you're up to 11, so you need 3 wounds taken.
Yeah, so, and yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, Dirthu.
Bye.
There is no operation for fight last, so I get to go again.
Exception of Plasmancer there.
Yeah, now you get to attack.
Unlikely, because I'm not. How close am I? I'm about
Support character.
closer than 2. No, can't catch him. Which is fine. I hold them anyways there with 2.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't really thought the charge over there at the surface. They're not meant for charge.
All right, good job, guys. Good job, Mark. So he brought down Dirthu and now is currently piling in to do his second attack. Piles are part of attacking. So if you get that ability to attack twice, you get to pile. So there you go. Even at -1 to hit, why are they going to be -1 to hit? Because those dryads are in the forest. And I believe if those dryads are actually wholly within 8 of the aura of either one of those woods, they'll be -1 to hit again and -1 to wound. I think, though, even with all that, I think that unit of dryads is toast. Even with all that. That's just a huge amount of dice coming at him right now. We'll see what happens.
If I had thought better when I had done my 7-inch charge, I could have definitely have caught those swords and I could have teleported away. That was my biggest error.
So hitting on 3s. What?
Hitting on, so -1 to hit and -1 to wound.
Okay. That's fine. Do you have any ward save? That's the only thing that's going to really matter here
Yes,
from the
I
looks
do.
of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, fine. We'll roll the rest of it. -1 to hit, -1 to wound.
I have mine. Oh, did I get myself time? I didn't get myself.
Force.
So I got.
1, 2,
I didn't know. I did.
4.
So,
So 6 for me.
command phase
6 at run 2.
Okay, so that just goes through. I'm
6 plus another 7 mortals. So 6 plus 7.
6s.
They're dead.
They're dead.
Okay.
how many big points do you have?
Sad times for Sylvaneth.
Cool. I score?
So end of turn, I'm going to strike and fade.
Makes sense. Run away.
Oh, and that one. So maybe 3, so you get 8.
Okay. Then you hold. You score 10.
Cool. How do I score 10?
Because you hold this objective.
I do. With 1 wolf?
Yeah,
That's
I didn't
hilarious.
pile onto it on purpose.
Okay. So 10 for me.
My turn.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to do take the flanks. Because but then I have to auto run.
You're going to get 3 plus 5 right now. Right now we're
I want to take the flanks.
Right. I just forgot to get myself.
Or could you take their land?
Yeah. So you were fine.
You have how much CP?
You got 3 at the beginning. Of
2.
now,
2.
185. All right.
Yeah, man, could you take their
so
land?
anyways,
Like, there's,
so I
you
got
can't really stop me
4
from taking that piece. You're with the beasts.
I destroyed 1 vehicle. How many wounds was it?
Yeah, I only all defense and all attack. That's all I got.
And it's like 15 or.
Well, you all at defense and you all at attacked.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm at 2.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry, and healing. So I would heal D3 on the current off.
So those things are pretty extreme.
For 1.
Because right now I
And then he's out of range. Okay, cool.
16.
So I really got to make you pay.
All right, so
Otherwise, I'm screwed. Okay, so yeah, battle tactic. We're gonna do take their land, and we're gonna do it with that piece right there.
Okay.
Cause yeah. Okay. Going to draw on power. War Song Revenant. Lady of Vines. Good on both. Anything on your end?
I don't have any places of power.
Okay. Going to Magic Time. Okay. War Song Revenant is going to cast. So their 5-up ward is
Conditional on them being within.
Okay, so there's going to be some mortal wounds being sprinkled around some undead units, and it's going to barely affect them, and they're going to get regrown back. So there you go. There's a synopsis of that turn. It's more like any debuffs that he gets to pull off. But how did that turn go for Soulblight? That Soulblight turn was absolutely awesome. I mean, scoring 10 points, let's start off with that. 10 points is the max amount you could score. The fact that he pulled it off, even to his surprise, that little wolf coming in clutch to hold the objective. Kyle said he purposely allowed him to do it, I think. I think to potentially unlock. I thought maybe a battle tactic, but that doesn't seem to be the case, as he went with take their lands instead. Maybe saving it for later. He completed his mission. Durthu went down. His side quest was to ding up and rough up those Kurnoth, so he completed that as well. So that is about as good a turn as you could possibly get. Now, what's Kyle's objective? Kyle now has to answer back. He has to delete something significant from the Soulblight player's army. A hammer, completely delete that other unit of Graveguard. That would be a great start. Karstein, that would be a good, really good potential maneuver there as well. He has to delete. If he doesn't delete either one of those two hammers, I think pretty much the next priority role, if Soulblight wins it, it'll be game. We'll see. I mean, power through is still a thing. So when he commits Belthanos, he'll still be able to kind of bounce out. And we were just educated today by Mr. Michael Fleet regarding picking a unit. And then, so, I mean, if you're in combat with a unit that's equal to or higher than your wounds, and you're in combat with something that's low, you can pick the low and then power through that. So you can still power through. So that was a great little lesson I learned today. Thank you for that. And, yeah, definitely the Sylvaneth player is feeling an extraordinary amount of pressure right now, for sure.
10, 15, 17, looking for 5s. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. 5.
If he's engaged, he can either shoot, he can shoot out, or he can shoot at what's engaged to him.
So a lot.
The only thing is,
Come out of them. 1, 2.
sometimes really big, strong power buffs. Some of them have
Cool.
Then we're going to do, for the last spell, we're going to do +1 rend on these trees. Cool. And that'll be a 5, and that'll fail. Okay, and then I'm going to, I'm not going to rally. So that's that for my hero phase.
Cool. On to mine. I could just rally them. That'd be fun. Yeah, that's good. Them could come back, and that would be fine. So I got CP. I can bring back 10, which is fine.
So the beginning of your command phase, you score.
Yeah, shackles don't count for that though, so that's fine. Wholly within 12 of a hero, which is fine.
Secondary is you score.
Rally, cast. Cast. That spell would just put the nail right in the coffin, I think.
If I move off of this objective, I still control it. That's the question.
It's just a question of what I'd rather do here.
Usually a lot of balance.
Hitting on threes.
So I'll use Manfred to bring stuff back. So just bringing back 3 Graveguard.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, back within 3. Good stuff. And the wolf for D3 plus. So for 3 wolves, yeah, 2, 4, 6. So 3 wolves back. Over here.
So he absorbs 2 wounds from the tank.
1.
I have a unit of 10. I have a unit of 10 with a leader, and I have
And
Somebody's like, they all left.
oh right, on this unit here. For 3 as well.
they'll be shooting. That's all they're good for, really. Right. So yeah, your tank can just take
That Soulblight recursion's absolutely obnoxious. So good. Gotta love doggies. They're absolutely amazing in the afterlife as well. Okay, well, this is getting a heck of a lot more interesting as real estate starts to get choked up by bodies. What do I mean by that? Well, those 3 wolves were actually a pretty big deal. You got to remember, there's a 3-inch no-go area. And what I mean by that is whenever you move around, you can't land within 3 inches of any enemy unit. And every body you drop is another more and more area that unit looks like that is small, but actually occupies quite a bit of space. Toss in the forest that's there. I don't think Balthanos might not actually be able to be placed close to Von Karstein at all, actually. That will be crazy. Now, Balthanos does fly, so maybe he drops an auto run and just roars right across the table, landing just outside of Graveguard, and then maybe charges them and tries to beat the crap out of them as much as he can. So we'll see.
Vines is in combat. She's in combat. It's just Balthanos
And your dryads.
and dryads. Yeah. So we're gonna run the melee dudes in the corner there for a big ol' 5 going 10.
Oh my god. Giving them run in charge?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't have to declare that yet, but yes, I mean, that's who it's
Oh, I thought you had to declare it. Sorry.
No, it's a charge phase ability thing.
You're
You get to
good.
pick 3 units and get them run in charge.
I don't have any 6 for face dice. That's the only problem with this book.
It's a shame I couldn't fit a big 3 tree in there. If I could have a 3 tree in there, that'd be so great. Okay. I have to think hard here. So
No, didn't save it.
taking 7 damage.
Again, you know what? On my chart, I didn't shoot this stupid rocket.
where the hell can I go?
So that's 2 rockets I lost.
So charge here, potentially flip over here. That'd be
Because I was
okay.
shooting this, and then it
I remember telling you in your text that
normally, that's the reason why I have it there, and it has a negative.
I can't go this way.
That's what I remember, and I totally forgot.
but you know the messenger. I was telling you that I'm afraid.
So hitting these homies isn't really an option because this is all
Yeah,
in the
but
way.
but there's 1 rocket on each of them.
Yeah. The 3-inch bubble there is pretty big.
Anyways, do I blow up? No, I don't. But now I'm kicking myself in the butt because now I'm losing. I managed to survive, and then I didn't shoot the rocket on my turn.
Yeah, I think fighting over there and hoping for the flip is probably the best option I have.
Okay.
Are these homies whole youth in 12 of Manfred?
Not anymore, I don't think, because I brought this guy back.
Yeah.
And you have 1 CP.
A fake dice? I get a 6.
Okay, so I'm gonna run
I can't
these
use it
guys.
until the end of, until
Let's
after.
start off with the easy things. Running these dryads, going 12. I can dive in, or I can go for.
That's interesting. Is it just me or am I missing something here? So if we flash over to this right there, that Warsong Revenant is engaged by what? The Endless Spell? Well, he can just fall back. Oh, maybe he's at a really low life, then he can't risk maybe possibly dying. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that's probably what it is. But, or else he would have just retreated, right? So he retreats back. That gives enough space for Bolthanos. Gives him like lots of room for him to land right there. Right? Auto, run, land where the Warsinger is, outside of 3 inches of the swords, and then charge. Oh, is he counting up or down? Okay, so he retreated. Okay, well then what's the issue, man? You can land right there, no? What am I missing?
Stay within 18, which is actually very easy. Honestly, don't even need to move.
That unit of flowers, by the way, is just Kyle's way, or I should say the Sylvaneth player's way of signifying that forest template is a place of power. It's just his token. There you go.
Now that I'm blowing half, I'm like, all right, I always forget.
Okay.
Blow half, then you start.
And then
I'm like, all right, I got to.
the big man. Oh, sorry, these dryads are gonna run. Going 9. Just gonna chill all up on this objective.
And you're worried about your Necrons. Dude, Necrons are rough.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Now, Belthanos, the most important question. If I auto-run you, I can send you 18. That
You
is
don't
not
clear.
Can't. 18. Again, I doubt it. Because. Nope, that doesn't work.
I think
That doesn't work either, because then it goes there.
they come in, but if they don't,
What does this even do for me? This does nothing for me.
if they don't charge, right, they can move. They can actually move. Sure.
Okay.
I like the fact that he has a proxy base, so he's not moving the original model. He's just getting a base the same size as the model. Old War Machine trick, if you guys haven't seen it for the very first time. And you got a really dynamic model like Belthanos, always handy to have an extra base so you can measure and position him accordingly. Really, really fair way of doing it.
Okay. That is movement for me.
Okay. A couple of things I gotta check out. 16, get me there? Yep. So just moving Balthanos there?
Yes.
Oh, I don't care about that. Okay, that's fine. I get to move this thing, obviously. Get to move it 8. It's supposed to be like right underneath this tree here. Can't quite fit.
I'm gonna say
Going forward.
my
The fact it moves in both movement phases is
Yep.
crazy.
So D6 mortal wounds for 5 mortal wounds into your trees.
So it's 5 and 1 auto.
Takes 4.
You're just within. Yeah, so it's just within 12.
For the no ward thing. Significant. It'd be nice to have a unit back. I think that's the right play here.
1 at AP2, 1 down.
18. Here. Yeah, so well within 18. So redeploy won't save me this time, which is fine.
Oh, fuck. I should have gone closer for the 12-inch. I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's all good. Happens.
Actually, it's fine, because then you could have redeployed into me.
That's not an issue for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
You just want to spend a CP, bring stuff back, or rather save it for the alt defense when you're shooting. You're anti-hero, right?
Yep.
So anti-hero, Ren 2 on 4 guys. 4 guys is 9 attacks, so as many attacks as last time, and you didn't kill the thing. I don't know if I risk the 4 up or I bring stuff back. I think I just bring stuff back. Because then you're in a bit of a pickle. You'll feel overwhelmed. Let me just see where I can put you.
I love that. You'll feel overwhelmed. You tell him, Mark. You tell him how he feels. That was amazing. Gotta say something though. That these little blades right here. Ooh, I've been digging them. Don't see them very often. Certainly have not seen them be as effective as they have been. This is great. Aetherop Machineries, digging those swords. I like it. Now that Morbid is much more difficult to just use, generally speaking, outside of the magic dominant armies, it's nice seeing some diversification. I think they got closer to the idea that they wanted, at least game mechanic wise. I'm not going to lie to you, though. I do not like manifestations being free. That's basically what it boils right down to it. I think it divides the game into haves and have-nots, and people who can cast them consistently and those who cannot. And it forces you to have to take a wizard, and when you feel like a doorknob when you don't take a wizard, and a game should not tell you what to do. I've mentioned War Machine before. I'll mention it now. In the latter stages of War Machine, when it was starting to die, it was at the stage when I just absolutely despised the game. The game constantly was telling me how to play, and if I didn't play it in this way using tiers, their tier system, then there was no point, because you got so many free, quote-unquote free models from those tiers that you're an idiot if you played the game any other way. And certainly AoS hasn't hit that stage by any stretch, but I do not like decisions being imposed upon me, and I feel that's the worst part about manifestations. All right, I'm jammering, and now dice are being rolled, and important things are happening. Let's get back to the game.
5s. Save 1. 2 damage.
So just takes 4.
Just takes 4. Where's my thing? There. Takes 4. Okay.
Okay. That's shooting. Charges. Belthanos. 11.
At an 11.
That literally does nothing for me. It's like, cool. Question is, can I be within 3 of this Mortis engine?
Yep.
Oh, fuck. Well, I moved you, so no. No. And there's no way I can't fit through there either. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's me.
The only way you're flipping is you can flip over the whole unit, right? Here.
Yeah.
That's about it. If you want to get within 3.
Okay, and then we're going to go with the tree remnants.
So,
Yep.
what's the rapid fire 5?
9.
If he is within half range of the weapon, which he is, he gets 5 additional dice on top of his attacks.
I have that.
Then that's all my charges.
He scores 5.
Then we're going to go to combat abilities.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, combat ability.
The very important one, Balthano's flipping.
Yep.
Picking the die
Jumping
rolls.
bean. No.
I really needed that to happen.
You sit there, Balthanos, and think about what you did.
Okay, Lady of Vines, +1 to hit on the wolves. Goes off. And then my trees are going to explode. So,
-1 to hit in the walls. Is that what you said?
yeah, I'm +1 to hit. I'm +1 hit against these wolves.
Oh, +1 to hit.
Yeah. So going off the tree here.
Yep.
Hitting Graveguard, Necromancer, Manfred.
Okay.
Graveguard. 1 dies. Oh, 1. That's right.
Yeah, it's 1 dice.
Necromancer.
Are you on the objective? You're off the objective. On the objective?
On the objective.
On the objective. Okay, so then I'll remove from here.
Necromancer's going to take 1.
Just takes it, right?
Yeah.
Z.
Just takes it.
Where's your base?
Well, let's see. Actually, that is a good question.
Because
Oh, maybe out. It's too. I can't tell. Let's just say yes. Let's say as in like
No,
yes,
in.
it's out. Oh, in?
Yeah, 100%. So just takes 1, down to 3. Oh, has a 4-up ward. Sorry, so it turns to a 5-up ward. Because I'm within 3.
You have a 4-up ward?
When I'm next to Graveguard. So I pass it and it passes on to them.
Oh, it's a 5-up ward, but yeah.
Becomes a 4-up ward. Because whenever she's within 3,
Oh,
right? So it becomes a 4-up ward. It's 2 Graveguard there.
then Manfred. 3 mortals.
Okay. He just takes those.
You know what?
Down
That's it.
to 7.
I should put more of those guys. I was like went back and forth.
Cool.
And I'm like,
Did you want to put the wolves not in combat with the trees?
Yeah, ideally if I don't have to. Okay. Thanks. I technically could because at the time they aren't a unit.
who can't see?
Okay.
I care more about you not getting onto the objective.
Well, I failed
So-
his ability twice in a row. It kind of
if I
blows.
can, just make it so you can't get on the objective. You're good.
Okay, so I'm gonna go first. I'm.
So you know what I'm gonna do?
This is just suboptimal. This has just been awful.
So who do you want to go with first?
We'll go with Balthanos first.
Okay.
There's no way for me to be within 3 of the Mortis engine.
Ground. There's armor containment. Right. There's.
I really needed that flip. I really needed that flip.
Just anything to kind of just
Okay.
give myself.
The turn?
No, I needed to flip over.
Oh,
here.
flip over. Yeah, and try and kill the Mortis engine. I get it.
I failed that twice. It sucks. Anyway, let's go everything into the wolves.
Yep.
So this is going to be 3s and 3s. I'm not going to spend the CP because I'm going to want to power through to get into a better position for hopefully winning next turn. So
Winning.
Yeah. Okay. 3s.
Oh, I forgot about Manfred's heal. He's a vampire, so he would have healed D3.
He didn't have any wounds before this turn.
No, I know. You just gotta remember for the end of the turn.
2 at -2, 3 each. You have a ward.
Okay, 2 at -2. So
Yeah.
go straight through.
6 damage.
6 damage. 2, 4, 6. Save 2. 2 dead.
And then bug. 4s. 2s. 6 more damage.
Just move away for those. 6 more damage. So 2 dead so far, and 1 with wound. So 2 dead. Sorry. 4 dead. 1 with wound.
Every time you roll a 6 to hit,
So what do I want to do here?
get 2 additional.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Is it lethal and sustained?
No. It's the other
You said 1 with 1 wound.
just asking because I'm trying to clear it up in my mind.
I guess I could take out that one and actually keep
Gives them a chance to move.
him here. Okay.
Sustained is not bad too.
What?
I'm just laughing.
What?
It's Sylvaneth. Just this.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Just the fuckery that is
fuckery that
giving
is
you
this?
free fights in pylons.
Gotcha. My fight next, I guess?
Yes.
I don't want you really getting on that objective. Because right now you got, what, 1, 2, 3? So if I can stop, but hold more, I guess. I try. So they're going to fight. I don't care about that.
Lethal profile is pretty good. Especially if you're taking a, you have
Yeah, so I'm just going to do here.
So like with that many stocks,
Pile them in.
you know, like a unit of 10, that's
Pile them in.
you're going to get a lot of six units, quite a few sixes, right?
Pile them in. Box them in, so essentially you can't get onto the objective.
-1 to hit.
Cool.
Oh, so no, I gave myself
You used a
+1 to hit. Never mind. Never mind.
So just 8 attacks. 4s. 3 hits.
Okay, so
3s. Nothing.
3 on stage.
So what?
I'm gonna go with those swordsmen up there. Everyone's within 3, 2 attacks each.
Do you want to do a free all-out attack? Or do they not have that?
They don't have that anymore.
Ah.
They're not cool. 3s. And then
Oh, you
4s.
said 5 auto wounds. I thought you said no. Lethal means
We got 4, a -1, 1 each.
yeah. You don't have
4 into the wolves, neg 1.
That's all.
Saving on 6s.
Because then devastating means
Save
no
1.
at all.
Saving on 6s.
8 out of
Save nothing,
plus
2 more
eight
wolves
out of 10, which is not bad. That's pretty good. So you know what?
That was a mistake. Yeah, okay. I see it. I see what I should have done. Oh well. Happens.
Get rid of.
1, 2.
Guess,
Could have stopped you from being able to power through. That was a mistake. That was the right play, removing that guy. Okay. You live and you learn. I guess it's fine because I can potentially bring back a ton. At least 2, if not more. Other activations for me. You fought for everything, right?
I have not fought with Lady of Vines.
With who?
Lady of Vines.
Lady Vines?
Is she within 6?
Yep.
72 inches.
Hate this thing. God, the free combat is just the worst.
Yeah. Just gonna pile in 3.
Like, if they don't come in and they die, this is the doomsday.
In 3.
But I didn't say anything. They say, I'm
Hitting into Lady Vines.
didn't move. Sitting on 2. And
12 attacks. 5. 9. 11, 12.
the other one you have to roll. So you can still.
1, 2, 3 mortals. And 3s. 4 more for me, red 1.
But anyways, I already did.
So this is going to be 4s.
I already did it after phase.
So 3 more, so 6 total, no wards.
Those 6 is there.
6 total.
3 guys, it's gonna take 3 guys.
That's terrifying.
It's all fun and games until you have no mortal wound save. Cool.
Okay, so then Lady.
Smack back.
Smack that all on the floor. Okay, yeah, I just want to kill these wolves. So we're just going to put everything into the wolves.
Cool.
Okay, so +1 to hit, so this is 2s.
It's 44 inches.
And then 3s. 3 at -2.
Into who, sorry?
The wolves.
Wolves.
3 at
neg 2,
-2.
goes 3.
2 damage each. No ward.
No wards, so just 3 dead.
Only 3 got through on 2s and 3s. And no mortals. That was a terrible roll.
2, 3.
So you just get double.
Okay. And next for me. I'm gonna go next with. Ooh. Can Pendulum pile in?
It doesn't have an attack. It doesn't have weapons.
It does move though. And if I can run it, it means technically yes. Because anything with a move characteristic is technically a unit.
Here's where you had 10 dice.
I believe.
You get a 6. So strength.
So, piling him in.
You're getting.
There's no attacks here. Just free movement.
Well, I mean, here's another question about this. Do you have to do it in a straight line?
I do. I can
for a
only move the
pilot?
unit in a straight line. Which is fine. I'm just.
This manifestation cannot use charge or fight abilities.
Okay.
So you can't pile in.
Boop.
Get your ass back there.
Because fight
Yeah, fight would classify. as
Fight, fight is what gives you the pile-in.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. Okay.
Nice. Good job, guys. Good job, guys, indeed. I've been really enjoying this manifestation lore. Again, obviously, you can tell by the way I'm talking. I've not seen it in play many times at all. These swords, the swords are coming in super, super clutch. Just so good. So good. All right, because they're within 3 inches of these trees, the trees just allowing units around the tree, now that it's clear, to just constantly activate, move, swing. So very interesting.
Can hit the tree.
Remember, it's the leaves, buddy.
Up 3 inches up to the leaves?
Yeah. I'm saying not up, like it's vertical. It's a vertical distance to the tree, so everything's hitting. Okay. Whole unit piling in and hitting. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So 13, 26.
Yeah, it's unfortunately.
Poo, poo, poo.
I'll warn you right away. So now
I failed them. I failed them all.
One more. 26. Threes.
I'm still gonna lose one.
3 mortals.
So this is gonna go over here. Yeah.
And
It seems like you're also getting hot, and I'm getting
on 3, so that's going to be 4, 6, 8, 9 saves, rend 1, and 3 mortals. 5s? That's 9 dice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's not.
Not a 1.
Just didn't look like it.
And then 3 more. Bounce out.
Making 4.
4. So that is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. That's dead.
So here. Whoa. Oh, Manfred. Fallen off his steed. Okay. Necro. Going next into your endless spell. Piling it this way. Still maintaining within 3 if you can. Yep. So everything into them. 3 attacks. Force. 1 hit. Force. 1 wound.
Oh, sorry, is there a negative to it?
I have no idea. I don't
Well, I
think so.
failed it anyway.
You have
They have a
4
six.
up?
They have a 6 up save.
Okay, so then it's just I think two flat.
6.
Takes 2. Cool. And Manfred going next. With his piling in that direction.
I guess because he's a long boy.
Hitting into that.
What do you want to do first?
So 5, 6 attacks. 3s. Cool. Classic Manfred. 3s. 2. Rend 1.
Goes right through.
2 damage each. 4 damage total.
Loses 1 wound.
Okay, and then mount. 1 hit. 2 up. Nope. Classic Manfred. And I guess Mortis Engine gets to go next. Mortis Engine's gonna go piling in 3 this way.
Notice now engagement all fronts gets harder.
I have no idea what this thing does. In combat, Mortis Engine. Come on, Mortis Engine, where are you? War Machine. I'm assuming? No, not War Machine, Hero. Right, Mortis Engine, Mortis Engine, Mortis Engine. Here we go. 3 attacks. 4s, 3s.
And then it comes out. She eventually 2 and then P1. They do run away.
3 hits. 3s, 3 wounds, rend 1.
Okay, I'm just gonna take it off.
D3 for 8 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Wolves back into everything into Balthanos. So it's just gonna be 2, 4, 6, 4s. 4s. 3 for me. Ran nothing. 3s. You're good. And that's it.
Okay, spending the last CP, powering through.
Yep.
Because I'm assuming we're at end phase.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other combats, so you're good.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna power through. 2 mortals.
Cool.
Roll 1/6. Aw.
Nope. So, 1 dead.
I know I'm doing the same one. Just put that as, I'm gonna do it, but I'm just gonna go together. So
Schmat.
that's 2 saves? Yes. Which I need to 6 up. Yes.
So how well did that go for Sylvaneth? Believe it or not, that was a Sylvaneth turn. That's how well it went. There's a lot of things happening, and it seemed to be slanted in one direction. Not a lot happened or went the Sylvaneth way. I did not see. She's going to strike and fade. Now she counts as a wildwood. I believe she could see herself, so she definitely counts as a Sylvaneth unit. It didn't, not a lot went his way, honestly. Literally nothing important died. So that's big. So we're going to this priority. If Soulblight wins this, they got enough hammers still on the field that if they take it, they're going to delete something super, super valuable, either in the form of Balthanos. Honestly, Lady of Vines is okay, don't get me wrong. But the Warsinger, the Kurnoth bows, those are important. Balthanos is important. Man, if I could get a grip on Balthanos, I would probably go for him, but we'll see what happens.
It's not looking good.
No.
If I
I had gotten the double turn, I think I could turn this around. But I think as like this, I'm screwed. He's won every priority.
I went first.
Yeah, it's not been a good time. He's won the priorities. I failed his flipping. Also, I was just stupid with how I did the Durthu. I could have done it in a way where he could have strike and faded out, which would have been much smarter.
So he's only had 3. Okay. So seize the center, take their land. That's what you did. I won prio. Sorry, opponent. I got 4 CP. You got 5 CP because you underdog.
All right, well, you heard the words. This is probably shaping up to be a talk it out turn, assuming things go very well for Soulblight. Again, judging by the position on the board, him gaining priority, he still has a hammer in the form of Graveguard. And the Graveguard are staring down his general, Kurnoth Hunters, Lady of Vines. Heck, they're even in position to gun after Balthanos, move and do a really good charge. He can get in there. It just really all depends on what he wants to do. Him scoring another 10 points would just be ball breaking. I didn't actually calculate the score for Sylvaneth. I'll be updating that in a few moments. But I believe he had Take Their Land. I think he scored another 4, 5, 6, 7. I think he scored 8 again. We'll see where. I can't see it currently right now, but I will update it as soon as I can.
As I've been doing. Yeah, okay.
Super cool. Okay, Court.
Go for inevitable demise.
On who? Is this the 3 units within?
2. It's just 2 units, wholly within your territory, outside of none of you.
Gotcha.
So just move these guys up, I guess, and then hold that there. And sit on there. Or I just go take their land. What am I doing? This is take a landable.
Yep.
So
Bam.
I just move those wolves up.
That's a word, folks. Take a landable is definitely a word. Use it enough times, it turns into a real word. It just gets inserted. Takeable. Take a landable.
Might want to rally somebody at some point, but let's do fight last on Balthanos from the Mortis Engine.
Okay.
Got a 7.
Please gonna use my +1 unbind.
Oh, just. Okay. Max cast is going to be Manfred for Mortal Wound spell for D3 units. He's going to pick the point that hits the trees, Warsong, and Pernoths, I think. Yeah. Gets a 9. 8. Sorry, 8.
Use my +1 unbind.
Yay, I get it. D3 Mortal Wounds to Lady of Vines for 2.
You mean Warsong?
Sorry, Warsong. That's what I meant.
6s. Takes 2.
Into the Kernoths for 2.
Takes 2.
Into the tree for 3.
Five up. Takes 2.
Up to 2. And other cast from Manfred will be -1 to damage on the Warsong. Nope. And Necromancer will... Ball Transference is 18, correct? Oh yeah, I can hit them. Or I can hit the Kernoths. I'll do into the guys in the back there.
Okay.
For ball transference. They get it off. No, they don't. Need 7. Everything's a 7. Cool. So just 1 spell off. Womp womp. Direwolves, bringing back D3 for just 2.
And then he still has his skill for another 6.
Okay. And the other direwolves there. That direwolf there.
Yep.
So that means
For back to what's that? 3. So 3 more. It's 3 plus 2. 3.
because normally you have to pick one weapon, right? But if it says extra attack, you can use that main weapon and still use extra attack.
And this is strength 6.
And then 2 up. Going to move the Graveguard. Actually, before I do that, I think I'm just going to bring back 3. I don't think I'm going to worry about that. Bringing back D3 plus 3. Yeah, because I'm out. I could move them closer, but it's not super worth it. I think it's just worth it to get them the distance. So that's fine. We'll do that instead. We'll bring back 3, obviously, first.
Yeah, because they're wholly within 12 of the...
Oh, right. I have to pick which one does it. So it would have been him, so he couldn't have done it anyways. So then I do have to do the 2 up to move back, which is fine. I'll do that then.
Yeah.
2 up.
You also had to do that first, but yeah.
I know. D6 for 6.
I should have saved. I used max phase on him.
Thought I would be okay. Moving back 6. It's just moving them there.
He can fight back.
Definitely.
He only has
Does he want to hit the character
12.
or the Catan?
Only within 12, right?
Yep.
attack.
Means I can actually move up.
3, so no reroll.
Toughness 4.
You strength 8. So 2. So 2, 8, 2 AP, 2 saves for 2 damage.
I have a 4+ invulnerable. So. Just roll 4s. I missed it both.
Cool. You good?
4 damage.
Yep.
D3. He has 4 wounds total.
Yeah.
For 6.
Okay, so he has 4 wounds total.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so almost back up to full.
Alright.
13, 14, 15. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 1 left. I'm not coming back.
Anyways, it's the end of the turn.
3.
Right, so the end of the turn. You have 4 quarters. 1, 2, you have 3. So how many things over there?
6.
Right, so you get
Okay.
you get 2 for that.
Second thing I can do is do a rally. Anybody want to rally with? You guys are good. You guys are good. I think the hero's here. Oh, because I fought D3 heal.
I should have drew him power.
Manfred killed the. Did he kill anything? No.
Killed the endless spell. Though
Did
I
he?
don't think that he killed the
No.
shackles. Oh no, the Morris engine killed the
Morris
shackles.
engine.
Yeah.
So it's just 3. So healing back 2. Back up to 5.
I'm just going to capture my.
And then I can rally with him.
So I only have 1 of
Sure.
Right, you took all the rest of it.
Might as well, I think.
3 points for that.
So Manfred will attempt to rally
And then.
for a CP.
and
There's
then
nothing else I really need here. Healing back another 3.
What time is it?
Now I'm down to 2.
Oh wow, it's 9:40. We have 20 minutes.
That's why I'm moving fast. Okay. Cool. That's it for my hero phase. On to you, sir.
Okay.
That's right.
This, I don't know. Anti-horde spell.
Cool.
Yes.
Let me see if I say no. I say no.
Nah.
Which I did.
Okay. Spend a CP.
But even regardless, he wouldn't lie.
Anything else?
No.
So,
Cool. Movement.
and then,
Running with the wolves.
The other one would be bring it down.
No, I might want to
I don't
use.
have anything to get pop your tanks. Right? Can your tanks over here?
Hold on.
Yes. Yeah.
10-inch move.
And I'm
Here.
an idiot. Bring it down also includes monsters. The vehicles have
The only monster I have is
yeah. So,
It's 10-inch
I don't
move.
see me breaking him down.
Gets me there.
that guy.
11-inch move can get me there.
I do
Only
have
3 inches here.
Unit could do it.
No.
From you. Yeah, there's enough space for me to put wolves there. Just outside of 3 if I needed to. I can move 4 up and get outside of 3 there.
All right, what Mark is trying to do here is he's trying to position those wolves to deny any redeploys and make sure he could close in on both his general and those last 3 Kurnoth. The Kurnoth might be able to slip a little bit sideways, but that's it. That Warsinger, on the other hand, is going to be in the danger zone. Cue the music. So, oh boy. So we'll see what happens, but it's like I said at the beginning of this round, with the Soulblight player winning this priority, I'm assuming he's basically gunning for the general and the Kurnoth. If that happens and they both go down, I think we'll approach the talk it out stages of this game. So we'll see what happens, but things are looking pretty darn good so far for Soulblight Gravelords.
Other than that, I'm like, all this terrain, it shouldn't be that big.
It's just outside of 3. You get the idea?
Yep.
And then Graveguard. Gonna move there 4.
My idea is maybe swap out one of these monsters, and then I'll add, like, 10 warriors.
Just staying a little bit outside of 3 if they can.
But if they, I would only do that.
So they're a little bit farther.
Yep.
You get the idea?
You don't want to weaken a list. You don't want to weaken a list, right? Like if it's, oh, don't worry about us. So I don't. If your list is good, it's good. Leave it alone, right? I'd rather you have to do the list as a challenge, right? You know. And the rules say you can take up to 3. Like look how many walkers I have. Like I have like a right? You know, the maximum amount. You know.
This guy. What do you want to do? Have some fun too? Sure. Movement 8. So just gonna
I feel that if I did hit
8 outside of 3 here. Bonus.
Other than that, like you said, like those.
This guy's gonna move 8. Hit her for D3.
Okay. Well, 2 up D6.
Yeah, 2 up D6, sorry, thank you.
The only thing is, like lots of units, you know,
3.
dubs that that's 2 guys, right? And they
Takes
took-
3.
So these really good units I had, they took them away.
All right.
That's 2 wounds left.
Cool.
So now I have to,
Manfred is gonna move up.
you know, so.
It's 12.
But sisters are still at
Just outside of 3. What?
The poor Warsong Revenant.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't too impressed.
Um,
I wasn't too that impressed.
The
And your character was.
grave guard over there. What do you guys want to do? Have some fun? Don't have some fun? You guys are fine. You're on the objective. You're on the thing. You have to take their land. So that's nice and easy. Necromancer will run.
take it different because I take the transcendent.
3 inches, so 7 inches total. That's just gonna get over here. And then this boil, it's just gonna move. It's also gonna run for 2, 12 inches. Hitting for 10, 10.
I have like.
Not everything at once. Fine. It just goes there.
Yeah, I just thought, like, what color? And I never use them. You know, like I have like 4 of those in the bag. Yeah, different
Yep.
colors.
Yep.
And I have one of these. I have 2 of these at home.
Yeah. Okay. And then I can retreat them out if I need to. Point to retreating them out. They can teleport anyways, no matter what, even if they're in combat. So no point in locking them down. So yeah, I'll retreat them. D3 mortal wounds they suffer. For me.
For 3.
Cool. 6s. Save 1.
Like they're like a
Takes
good,
2.
like, you know, utility dice. Yeah. Oh.
Don't super care that one can die. And 10 inches back.
I don't use them. I don't use them for, like I
These wolves, just gonna spread out a little bit more.
but I think those basic dice. I don't like using them to roll for things. Anything.
I'll tell you, I have dice that are never looking for me.
Yeah.
Okay. And Fellbats, just gonna continue to go into the corner.
Corner?
Back over there.
That I was.
Thank you. Okay. And
No. The fire's
that's it
list is.
Okay.
for movement. Anything to bring back? Yep, that's it for movement.
I am going to redeploy?
You can't redeploy the war song.
No.
Just Balthanos.
Or the archers.
Or the Kronos, yeah.
Because you can. It's the stupid thing you can redeploy and shoot now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm toast. Might as well. So redeploy Kurnoths.
Okay.
2 inches. So I'm just gonna move so we're equidistant now.
Yep. Now you get to decide where you want to shoot at.
Like these were like this.
It's a CP.
And then I'm gonna shoot you. Surprise,
Before you even do that,
surprise.
I'm going to do
Your scream.
D3 mortal wounds, the mortal wounds for 2.
A lot of the characters.
Pop this thing,
Yep. Morris engine.
Moira's engine, back down to 1.
This has gone up like
Balthanos,
after the point.
yes, for 2. Warsong, yes, for 2. And Kurnoths, no.
Warsong. Takes 1.
Ooh, 1 left. Perfect.
Okay, shooting the Kurnoths. Force.
But sometimes armies have to do that because, like,
Good roll.
3s.
you know, like I have
2. Less good roll.
That's good roll. 2, -1, 2 to each.
they're good to just go and sit on shit.
Save 1. Take 1.
One of it.
2 damage.
2 damage.
5 ups. Or 6 ups. Yeah, 6 up. Okay. So that's 1 dead.
They keep on making it into my list.
Here. Okay. All right. Well, charging with Manfred.
Yeah.
Getting a 5. He's
It's
just
here?
going to go right in. Yeah. You got it. And the Graveguard, their charge. New dice. For 7. Just shove them right into you, as many as possible. And then I'll recheck for and make sure I'm wholly within 12 so I can fight twice if needed. And then
I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about the Seraphim. Without the reroll,
thanks for checking.
it doesn't really fish well.
Appreciate you.
You're in.
Swords. Fine. In. And
And like these 2 models there, like I used to be.
do I care about more dissension going in? No.
Now like
Second unit of Graveguard.
really good
They're gonna charge.
for wounds, but they kind of.
That's fine. I don't need to charge. They're just gonna chill.
Yeah. So they changed
Um.
as well. Like, oh, these are
So what I would have liked to have seen is that second unit of Graveguard that are currently just camping out in that forest actually had moved toward the other end of the forest, meaning the just outside of that objective to the top right of your screen. He could have then just thrown a charge, because unlike some games, I guess, just because you attempt a charge doesn't mean you have to make a charge. He could have seen where those Graveguard could have been. And at that point, he could have charged a tree and then piled right into the Lady of Vines. I think she's on 3 wounds. It's hard to say whether that die actually represents damage or whether that die is just lying on the mat. Yeah, that's it. I mean, he's fine. Not a massive mistake, I don't think. If you want to even call it a mistake, he's definitely completing his objective. The Warsinger should die, and those unit of Graveguard should pick up the last of the Kurnoth, leaving scattered Dryads that don't really do much other than live, and then really only 2 pieces that he could do anything with offensively, in the form of Lady of Vines and Belthanos. All right, let's see what happens and whether or not I think we hit the tap out phase.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything.
That's why. Okay, so 4. Ren 1.
That was a wound roll too?
Yeah, that was the wound roll. I just did the...
Cool. 6s.
Yeah.
Any? Can't see.
And
Nope.
2 damage piece.
Hey, look, do I roll 8 6s?
No. Oh my god. Crazy. +1 to attack. Woo! Party. Night. Okay. Go ahead. Do your thing.
You guys strike first. You get to fight again with the Graveguard.
All right, I get to fight first with the Graveyard. Fight. I'll attack this.
And then I'm going to all defense.
Makes sense.
Honestly, I guess we have to roll this. They're just dead.
Do you just want to call it?
I'm just going to, yeah, we can just call it.
They're dead.
They're toast.
Yeah. You would agree with that statement?
Yeah, they're toast. Yep. It basically just came down to I goofed with Durthu with not staying within 3 of the swords. I failed.
I wouldn't control more here, but I would get 26.
Yeah.
For
For my turn, I could do take the flanks with
Cool.
the 2 Dryads,
take the flanks.
and I could go and
And you still have hold 1, hold 2. It's still gonna be close.
Yeah,
You still.
I could go take one more objective from you because you only control those that count as 1. I would just touch.
So if you want to move them and then try and charge them, you can.
because they can run and charge.
Yep. you're
Sorry.
good.
So, do you want me to roll, or we just?
I mean, if you know what
it's-
happens,
it's fine.
Do you just want to call it? Like that's the idea.
That's
yeah.
the
Cool. Because Kurnos will be lifted.
We're also we're basically out of time.
We're basically out of time. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
All right, there it is, folks. We've now hit the tuck out and the tap out phase. So it's a victory to Soulblight. Apparently, death is stronger than life, or at least for today. I'd like to thank all of you who've made it this far into the video. I appreciate you. I want to thank my man. What? Are You Digitized? I want to thank Are You Digitized for our very first super chat. That's a seminal moment. That's a pretty cool thing. Thank you so much for your appreciation. And you know what, though? It's not just about the dollars and cents. We super appreciate any of you hitting any of those wonderful, wonderful little buttons. If you haven't done so yet, and you're kind of digging what we're putting out, man, it would be super, super nice of you to hit that subscribe button, maybe flash us a thumbs up, and ring a ding ding that bell. That would be absolutely lovely. And with that, I just want to bid you all a fair good night. That's what we're here right now. It's nighttime here. Possibly a good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world, and a good morning. We will check you out next week for AoS Wednesdays. And we will just going to hear the guys just chat off and then fade into the dark.
Yeah.
Which I would have, if I gotten the flips, I would have just all attacked.
Oh, I get it. So you have a higher degree chance of doing more damage. Yeah. I just don't think it's a guarantee either way with buff hunters.
No, it's just that the Mortis Engine would have died.
Potentially.
Well, it would have died.
safe.
It would have died early. That's the thing.
Yeah. I don't think the Mortis Engine living mattered, though, to be very honest.
Well,
What did
sorry.
the Mortis Engine do for me?
The first one was.